life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance. We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance. And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office/home gym insurance.
We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen/art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage/rehearsal space insurance. Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Interstate Battery Southern Indiana High School football starts now.
Some see a student.
It was on loop. And welcome to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod, where tonight we are back at Providence High School at here at Murphy Stadium, Gene Sartini Field, for the Holy Cross Cougars taking on the Providence Pioneers, and it's a beautiful night for football tonight, a night removed from when we were supposed to be here. We thank you very much for joining us tonight for Southern Indiana High School football. Well, let's introduce who we are, and I'm Dr. Todd Carter, and alongside me is Coach Jim Kazmarek. And, Coach, we've got two 1-0 teams coming into this ball game, with Holy Cross defeating North Bullitt 23-7 last week, and then the Providence Pioneers 56-6. We were here for that one over in Indianapolis, Washington. Your thoughts?
Well, my first thought is best night of the year is opening night. First night of high school football, best night of the year. But when you have two teams like this, they're very well coached, good teams, kind of a mirror image. They're actually going to be a mirror image of each other. We'll see that tonight. This makes this the second best night of the year because you have two really good teams. This is going to be a fun game to work. I put this on my calendar last year to try to make sure we work this game.
And I think it will. And Holy Cross won last year by just a couple of points. It was a tight one. It was a close one. It was right down to the wire. And I guess we're kind of expecting maybe that same sort of game tonight.
Yeah, very appropriate with two parochial schools. It was one on a Hail Mary.
There you go. Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at tonight's weather and go ahead and look at tonight's weather forecast presented by Mark Stevens with American Family Insurance, located in Jeffersonville. Contact Mark at 812-283-8600. That's 812-283-8600 for your insurance need. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly, and it's about 84 degrees, partly cloudy mix in. There is a chance of showers. We have seen a few here and there, but it looks like that's really a nice night for football, Coach. Pickle juice?
Well, this could be a pickle juice night. I tell you, if the pickle juice doesn't work, you get yellow mustard. So this could be a pickle juice and yellow mustard night.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, before we go to our first break, I also just want to introduce the rest of the broadcast crew. So, like I said, I'm Dr. Todd Carter, Jim Kazmarek, along with me. Jeff Cooper is our local producer running the computer here. Joey Theobald is upstairs to shoot the game for us tonight. Also want to say our executive producer is Steve Bird, and Steve Bird, we have to offer our condolences to Steve. He lost his mother earlier this week, and so we want to pass along our condolences and say, Steve, thank you so much for all that you do for us in our Glycod family. Our prayers are with you tonight. Let's go ahead and step away, and when we come back, we'll talk to the coach of Holy Cross, Eric Dick. Coach had a chance to do that. Come back for more here on Glycod.
This second shift, this old pair of pants, this staycation, this brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it, to protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voyner's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're up front with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voyner's Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice, filling up your tank.
Jones is a sophomore. He's got a lot of big shoes to fill. Tell me about what to expect from him tonight.
Tonight and through every week with Jamie, it's just going to be about growth and maturity for him. And he's following 2 guys that were unbelievable athletes for us here at Holy Cross, and so it's all about the growth and just getting better week by week for him. And so it's one of those things we're going to try and make it as easy as possible for him and, watch him grow, week by week.
Well, I know it's for a coach to start a sophomore quarterback. You got to feel a little bit worried about that. But if you got confidence in him, I'm sure he's a good player for you. Coach, you got one big stud in the offensive and defensive line, Dylan Jacobs. Tell us a little bit about him.
Dylan Jacobs has had an unbelievable offseason. He is about 6'2", about 295 pounds. And, he gives his all in everything that he does, and his weight room and his offseason was incredible this year. And so, for him, he is our anchor. He's our captain up front that we look forward, to help us, and he does a great job of not only doing his job, but helping take care of guys that also struggle as well. So he's a coach's dream, when you think about guys that you want to have, that can help you lead and take you to the next level. He's one of those, he's that type of kid.
Like a coach on the field.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. He knows his stuff just as well as I do. So, it's great when you're not out there with those guys, but you are out there when you have a kid like that.
Coach, I said this game, first of all, it's a natural game. This game should be something that goes on for a long time.
Yes,
and both schools, when you watch the teams play, they're kind of mirror images of each other. You got some studs, you got some speed, you move the ball well, and they do too. But what do you need to do tonight to win?
Daniel McDonald has done an unbelievable job with these guys over here at Providence, and I have the utmost respect for what he does with his program, and he has done a fantastic job. And I know that every year that when we play them, it's going to be a smash mouth game, and it's going to be one of those white knucklers that no matter what, it's always going to come down to the end. And so, just making sure that we take care of ourselves and limiting our turnovers and just playing smart and just doing what we need to do in order to come out with a win and not worry as much about what goes across the field. And so just making sure that we do what we need to do and take care of each other and then, let the cards fall where they may.
Well, Coach, knowing how well you coach and your personality, I know this is going to be a really, really good game. And I know both teams play that smash mouth football. Both teams play with that chip on their shoulder, and they both play with a lot of tenacity. Good luck tonight, Coach.
I appreciate you so much, Jim. Thank you so much.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout Southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice. With a wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms, Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
And welcome back to Providence High School, where the Holy Cross Cougars are in to take on the Providence Pioneers, and it is time for Keys to the Game. Tonight's Keys to the Game presented by Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet. So for those Keys to the Game, let's turn it over first for Holy Cross to Coach Kazmarek.
Well, first thing they have to do is they've got to find a weakness in the Providence defense. They've got to find some holes. They've got to find some things that they can exploit in the Providence defense. Not an easy task because Providence is very, very well coached and very solid on their defense. They need, just on the other side of the ball, Holy Cross needs to play their assignments, their keys, because Providence is going to give them a lot of formations, and some of their formations are going to try to get Holy Cross players out of position. They need to read their keys, know their assignments, know their alignments. They have to match speed with speed. Providence got a great deal of speed, but so does Holy Cross. So they have to match their speed with Providence's speed, both on offense and defense. They need to limit the turnovers. Last week they had 5 turnovers in the North Bullitt game and came away with a victory. I don't think they're going to have 5 turnovers and come away with a victory tonight.
Might be a tough order, tall order.
the turnovers completely. And they must play physical on both sides of the ball. I think both offensive and defensive line match up very well as far as size and abilities. So I think the team that maybe wins that battle has got the best chance to win tonight.
All right. Well, let's turn to the Providence Pioneers now.
If what we just said, ditto, but this the other side. They need to win the battle in the trenches. They need their offensive defensive linemen need to control the Holy Cross. Holy Cross has got one stud player. Dylan Jacobs is a real man. He's 6'2" and 295 pounds. He moves well. He plays well. He's listed as one of the top 10 linemen in Jefferson County, or actually in the metro area.
Yep.
So he's a real stud. They have to find a way to control him. And last week against Washington, Providence had a hard time running inside. They've got to tonight. I think it's important that they figure out a way to do that. Remember, speed kills, and use that speed to your advantage.
Right.
Find a way to use your speedy players to your advantage, and Providence can do that. I think they really do need to establish an inside running game, because if they don't do it tonight, other teams are going to pretty much disregard that and just start playing perimeter defense against them. And eliminate any mistakes. But here's the big issue. Last week was like a practice game for Providence. I'm not sure what they learned in that game. So this, to me, is really Providence's first game of the season.
All right. Those are our keys to the game. Again, tonight's keys to the game presented by Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet. I also want to say this broadcast is authorized by Providence High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive presentation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. We will step away. When we come back, we'll hear from Dan McDonald, coach of the Providence Pioneers.
Wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms. Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place. Parents want to do what's best for their children. Teenagers love a party, and often alcohol is involved at those parties. While some people think that hosting those parties in their homes will keep their kids safe, it's wrong. And it's illegal to allow your teens and their friends to consume alcohol on your property. In fact, it's a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to underage drinking. Funding in part provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health Services. For more information, go to ourplaceinc.org.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Cobra Guy? What? No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Vaccines help fight infections. When your child gets vaccinated, their immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades their body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide your child with the best protection against serious diseases. The Clark County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, please visit clarkhealth.net. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
I'm here with Coach Dan McDonald of Providence Pioneers. Coach, again, entering your fourth year, started the season with a bang last week. Last week's 56-6 win over Washington wasn't a surprise. But what did you learn about your team? What did you learn in that game about the Pioneers?
I was proud of us for going out and getting the job done, taking care of business. We were supposed to beat that team, and we did. The stats are going to be deceptive because the yardage wasn't there, because our starting field position every drive was on our side of the 50. In a lot of cases on our 20 or 25. So the stats aren't anything that's going to turn people's heads or anything, but I was really proud of our guys for coming out and getting the job done. And against an opponent like that, you're always going to find things that you can get better at, and we did.
Well, Coach, I'll tell you one of the things that impressed me. I'm always impressed with your team and how well coached they are, and they're a reflection of their coach. But what I was really impressed with was the actual sportsmanship that your team showed against a much lesser opponent, and that it could have really gotten away.
Coach, I appreciate the compliment. Our guys work extremely hard throughout the week, and they really pay a lot of attention to the details of the fundamentals. So you saying we're well coached is a reflection of my players and their families. The sportsmanship was it was nice to see on both sides of the field. George Washington came down, and that's a lot of adversity just to drive down from Indianapolis and deal with that traffic. And their players showed a lot of sportsmanship as well. So it was a good, clean game.
Yeah, it really was. Coach, your seniors, who I expect to always have a really good game for you, came through again. But you had some juniors that came across big time too. Let's talk about them.
Yeah, Wyatt Small is a second-year starter now. He kind of got thrown to the Wolves as a sophomore last season. And we knew he was athletic. We knew he was going to do some nice things with his athleticism. Now he's becoming more of a complete football player, and he's running the alley, making tackles, and he got an interception last week. And had a nice little return on it as well. And then Preston Kemp came in and threw a touchdown pass, ran for a touchdown, showed some speed that wasn't there last year. So the weight room is really paying off for him.
You brought three new starters in the offensive line, and I know that probably was a concern of yours before this season started. Assess the way they played Friday night.
We didn't run the ball as dominantly last Friday as I wanted to, and we had some holes that we had to clean up, some errors in, I don't want to say errors in judgment, but some errors in execution on the offensive line that we had to clean up this week in practice, and hopefully our guys respond to that.
What's it going to take to win tonight?
Holy Cross is a tough team, man. They're extremely well coached. Eric does a really nice job with them, runs one heck of an organization. And no matter what Holy Cross has talent-wise, they're always going to be a hard-nosed, tough, hit you from play one to the last whistle kind of team. And that's a reflection of the culture that Eric has built over there. So in order to win the game, we have to kind of out-physical those guys tonight.
Well, Coach, I'm looking forward to this. I told you before, I put this on my calendar last year, so this is going to be one of the better games of the season. Good luck tonight, Coach.
I appreciate it, Coach.
American Bank. Our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Contact Floyd Snobs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today.
FlyCon on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Dubuque County Fair is about to get its face melted! Yeah!
1 second. I guess their faces are safe.
Shut up, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, shut up.
Shut up, Jeff. I don't need your help.
Just like what happened in Pittsburgh. Never mention Pittsburgh!
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From Glycod, it's Interstate Batteries Southern Indiana High School football. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. Tonight's game is brought to you by Jen Butner Auto Group, Southern Indiana's top choice for buying a pre-owned vehicle. Mack Construction, experience, reputation, solutions. Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. Clark County Health Department, prevent, promote, protect. Centra Credit Union, centered around you. State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Priority Radiology in New Albany, you have a choice. And by German American Bank, Skyline Chili, Clark County Youth Services, Northside Security, and Call's Body Shop. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on Interstate Batteries Southern Indiana High School football.
As we return to Murphy Stadium here at Providence High School, it's time to look at tonight's starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. They're outrageously dependable. The coin toss was won by Holy Cross. They elected to defer, so Providence will receive the ball first. So we will show you the starting defense for the Holy Cross Cougars, and they go as follows. Roland Royce, Cam Henderson Reed, Dylan Jacobs, and Caleb Phillips across the front. The linebackers, Michael Wortham, Aiden DeWeese, and Jackson Ruccio. Maddox Pence, Keith Hadley, Logan McClellan, and Jace Hardesty across the back end of that defense. For the Providence Pioneers, Griffin Tucker, left tackle, Lucas Allgood, Gavin Evans, the center, Sam Becht, the right guard, and Mark Millay, the right tackle. Carter Lannon, the starting quarterback, with Brian Wall, the H-back, Luke Kruer, the tailback, Cade Unruh, a flanker, Nolan Finnegan, the tight end, and Eli Theobald, a wide receiver. And I think we got everybody there.
Todd, just an interesting insight into this. Providence starts on offense 9 seniors. Holy Cross starts on defense 7 seniors. But interestingly, 3 of those juniors that start are all in their linebacker position.
And the opening kick taken by an up back about the 27-yard line for the Pioneers. Battled forward to inside the 40. Try to see who that was. Comes out of there with the ball.
Number 7, maybe?
It was. That would be Preston Kempf. And last week, Providence did their best to get him the ball a couple of times, and he was 2 for 2 throwing the ball and had a touchdown pass and also had a touchdown scamper. And folks, I know we're having just a few technical difficulties here with the video locking up. Hopefully you can hear us. So we will keep going. It is catching up from time to time. My apologies.
Interesting, Lanham's under center, and Providence has gone into a different formation. They got a little wing, tight end wing.
And they're pushed that ball right up the gut. And that's part of what you said, Coach. Had to establish something, and they did with Thomas Lynch running right up the gut for about 4.
That is interesting that their first play was running the ball up the middle to establish that inside running game that they struggled with last week.
Left side, handoff. And about 3 more yards there.
Yeah. 2nd and 4. Aiden DeWeese, outside linebacker for Holy Cross, does a nice job. Defensive line does a good job for Holy Cross, holding up the offensive linemen, keeping them from getting into that second level.
It's going to make it 3rd and 4. Try cutting to that, Chris, and then, Jeff, and then cut back again. Let's just try that, see if that helps. Didn't help a bit. All right. Throwing the ball, left side, caught in the hands of Theobald. Theobald looks like he's going to go, and touchdown. Eli Theobald, 52 yards on the touchdown play.
And a well-designed play, Todd. They're in a running formation and fake the run right. Theobald steps back from his wide receiver position, catches a real quick little screen pass from Lannon, and then it's speed. And that's what we talked about, how speed kills. That's a good example. Speed kills. You got to match speed with speed, Holy Cross.
Charlie Scott knocks through the XP, and that will make it Providence 7, Holy Cross 0. Holy Cross to get the ball first when we return. Let's take a quick break here on Glycod.
American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
But 10:32 left on the clock as the Providence Pioneers strike first here at Sartini Field, and they will be kicking the ball away to Holy Cross. Let's at least try to take a quick peek at the Holy Cross offense if we can. Although I don't want to miss this, Jeff. Of course, we've got a lag. So the kickoff coming from Scott, fielded back at about the 13-yard line, carrying out, breaking one tackle, and then finally being brought down. That was Jace Hardesty, 5'8" senior. Don't worry about this. Starting lineups there. We'll just go ahead and give them to you. Caleb Phillips, Tyler Horning, Dylan Jacobs, the center, Cam Henderson-Reed, and Cooper Render across the front for Holy Cross. Jamie Jones, the sophomore quarterback. Jace Hardesty, Logan McClellan, Colton King are the wideouts. And Penny Baker is the back. All right, as we are set to go, Jamie Jones calls for it. And off.
Good run.
Nice run right up the middle.
Yeah, well.
Pennebaker.
Yeah, Pennebaker. Jamie Jones, remember, only a sophomore, his second game he's ever started. Coach has a lot of confidence in his ability, but he wants to make sure he puts them in a situation where it's going to be the things that he's practiced. But he does very nice job right there.
Showing live there. So second and about 4. And Pennebaker carries for another 4 yards. He's going to be close to the line to gain.
Need to watch Dylan Jacobs at that center spot, how well he controls the middle of that Providence defensive line. And there it looks to me like they're going to take advantage of Dylan, his blocking ability. First 2 runs were right over the center. And he got a first down. Trips right for Holy Cross. One back.
Handoff. Pennebaker met in the backfield and brought down. Tackle for a loss there. Going to be about a 4-yard loss. Going to make it second down and 15. So loss of 5.
That looked like it was Griffin Tucker on that tackle, who really penetrated quickly.
And we have a timeout on the field, so let's take a brief timeout as well. We will take our second of our first quarter breaks, and when we return, 7-0 with Holy Cross in the ball.
Oh, here we go, coming back.
Is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion.
Oh, met in the backfield and sacked. Luke Crewer comes through and sacks Jamie Jones. Loss of another 5 or 6.
Coming off the outside stunt by the outside linebacker, coming hard. And the key to that play is, it's hard to teach this to high school kids, is you need to run at the blitz at the deepest shoulder of that quarterback, because that quarterback's shifty, and if you just run at him, he's going to spin away. If you run at his outside shoulder, he'll spin into you. Good time for a screen pass.
Yep.
Something easy, a little draw, a little screen. Nope.
Out to the left side there. That's the far sideline for us, so I don't know if I can get a player on that. Yeah, I can. That's
5.
Logan McClellan over there. But that brings up 4th down. Going to see what special teams
Yeah, Jamie Jones
look
threw a
like.
nice pass, though, didn't
He sure did, yeah.
Let's watch Providence, see if they block a punt tonight. They were very aggressive on punt blocking last week. I would hope that Holy Cross has practiced punt protection. And if they just practice nothing but punt protection and they forget to cover, watch for Providence to return punts.
Okay, and let's see who's back to return here. Well, I'm going to put my eyes back. That was a low snap. Punter did get the ball away, bounce, and that's Preston Kempf. Kempf comes to near sideline, makes a man miss, covers up the ball, and gets it back out to midfield.
Yeah.
And Jace Hardesty, it looked like, was the punter back there, I believe. So, and
good job by Preston Kemp. That's somebody different returning punts than returned last week. Of course, you couldn't tell who returned punts last week because they blocked them all. But Preston Kemp needs to know that, that sideline, once you step on that sideline, you're not going to get hit anymore. So turning back up into the tacklers, not the best idea for the substitute quarterback.
Right.
Step out of bounds. Providence back under center again. This is something we didn't see last week.
Providence back under center with Lannon. Handoff. That's Crewer around the side. He got edge and more, still running, finally falls out of bounds. They're going to say inside the 30-yard line all the way down to the 26.
Providence, so well coached. They do such a good job of blocking on the perimeter. Holy Cross is going to have to do something to counteract that. They've got their corner in cover 2. Their corners are up. Safety's coming up. Number 10 at safety sneaking up.
Handoff inside. That was Lynch. Sort of an inside dive play there, and it went nowhere. Good defense by Holy Cross there.
Aiden DeWeese coming from his linebacker spot does a nice job. Protect that perimeter. When I was coaching, Todd, one of my philosophies on defense was to protect the perimeter, make sure that teams weren't going to get outside, and make them run inside. It's a lot harder to do that.
Fake handoff, rolling, left-handed quarterback has a man. That's Lynch out of the backfield, makes a man miss, smells pay dirt, and scores.
What a nice
Thomas Lynch.
Move. Yeah, Jace Hardesty.
Now, I'm hearing whistles, but I'm not seeing a flag. There is a flag, lying on the far 20-yard line.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Yep.
And you don't see that called much, but I think that's a point of emphasis starting last year and into this year.
So that is going to come back. The first penalty for the Pioneers negates the touchdown. Well-run play, though, with Lynch making a couple of players miss, but a penalty of the 5-yard variety makes it 2nd and 15.
We'll talk in a minute if we get a chance about why that is happening now, these linemen downfield. Quick pitch,
Quick pitch, and makes a man miss again here. That's Crewer. Headed towards pay dirt, and so Luke Crewer puts those points right back up on the board. We will look for a flag. Don't see one. Man in the white hat said that was a Providence touchdown with 6:17 remaining here. So Luke Crewer. And where was he at? Was that about 25 yards out there, Coach?
Yep, 25-yard run.
Okay. Scott, high snap. Ball was down. Oh, it's a wounded duck. And it falls over.
Just barely.
Just barely.
But it's all that counts. It barely counts.
Barely counts. So, with a scoreboard reading Providence 14, Holy Cross nothing. Let's step back and catch a break again. We'll be right back with more on Glycod.
Is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's two sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Charlie Scott and Providence set to kick the ball back to Holy Cross as they have scored again in quick and convincing fashion with a Luke Crewer 25-yard touchdown scamper.
Maybe in our keys to the game when we were talking about speed, we should have also added that Providence has not only got the speed, but they have some big, strong, fast players. And that was a good example of it right there. Just he ran right through tackles.
So big boot on the kickoff. Deep. Fielded by McClellan inside the 5. Good run back, though. Takes it out past the 25. They're going to say forward momentum about the 27, but that also is where a flag lies. So we do have a flag on the play.
Holding against Holy Cross.
So that's going to back them up. That's their first penalty.
Todd, this is not the way I expected this game to go, although I expected Providence to move the ball and I expected Providence to use their speed. But I thought Holy Cross might be able to counter that a little bit better than they have so far. And they're not doing themselves any favors by getting penalties that put themselves deeper in the hole or getting sacks and big yardage losses.
I was trying to watch the chain gang there to figure out where this was going to start from, but that's a penalty of
about the 12-yard line, 11, 12-yard line. Nope, 15, 16.
So, yeah, it is a 5-yard penalty. So Holy Cross takes over on their 16, their second possession of the game. Jamie Jones comes back out on offense. And calls for the ball. Gets it, looks down, looks to his left, through the
nice
hands.
Nice read.
Through the hands of Peyton McVeigh. Backup running back out there.
Luke Crewer almost had a pick six. Had that ball been thrown well, that would have been a pick six. He was kind of fortunate that he overthrew the receiver.
So the ball back to the 16, 2nd and 10 now.
Holy Cross still searching for something that's going to work, and I still think their inside running game is where their strength is.
And sure enough, they tried to run right up the middle. Pennebaker. But he just got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up third down.
All right, now don't, Holy Cross, you're not going to win the game on this play. So let's try a screen pass or a draw, something, get out of trouble, try to play some defense.
Maybe try to get some of that distance back.
Yeah.
So Jones with Pennebaker back there.
Timeout, Holy Cross.
And a timeout, Holy Cross. So we will actually, let's just keep it here. And we will take this opportunity to say that, Coach, last night we ended up getting a night off, and so when we run the ticker later on this evening, we'll have a mixture of games from last night. We'll have some games from tonight. Even had one that was moved. Floyd Central was set to host Terre Haute South last night. They came all the way down. We're here, and then Lightning delayed that. So we've heard that they are playing that game at Bedford North Lawrence. Between those two teams, we will try to get you some scores as we can.
And, looking back, it's very fortunate that we did get the game canceled because they had a terrific storm here.
Yep, absolutely.
And they would actually, both teams would have been sent home. And
right, we would have been back here after setting up. Yep. Absolutely. There was, yes, and Jeff Cooper was reminding me, he was reminding me that there was some damage here to some of the fencing out by the tennis courts and softball. So certainly, it was they had a violent storm come right through here. Okay, so here we are, Holy Cross. Jones looks to throw, airs it out, and the flag comes in. Pass
interference
intended for Jarek Hoover, and pass interference.
And I just love watching the coaches on any pass interference call, and I was the same way. The one on one side is cheering, it was pass interference. The other ones are going, come on, don't call. You can't call that.
You can't call
that.
Mm-hmm.
That's non-catchable. There is no such thing in high school as a non-catchable ball.
So that, with the 15-yard walk-off, will give Holy Cross a first down. Is that their first down, Coach?
I think so.
Second?
It is. No,
I think so, too.
No, it was their second.
Second, yep.
Second. They did have one on a running play. Jones throws a nice pass. Doesn't he? Real tight spiral. Good-looking passer.
Yeah, that was a good ball. It was maybe a couple of yards out of bounds, but it was well thrown.
Yes.
Where only his guy could go get it. So Jones calls for it. Handoff inside. Pennebaker met inside the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a tackle for loss. I know Finnegan was in there. I'm not sure who was in on that, too. I think Zach Druin maybe was in on that as well from the right side. So
Providence kind of keeping the Holy Cross offensive linemen off balance. They're doing a little stemming. They kind of move their defensive front a little bit. They're not just in what I would call a vanilla 4-3. They're kind of moving people around a little bit. They got the left defensive tackle in the A gap.
Here comes Finnegan, but Jones gets the ball away,
nice
finds his man. And that was Hoover again. He was the intended receiver when that pass interference call came down just a moment ago.
But, there's a good example, Todd. If you just look at Providence's defensive backs, their speed people, their skilled positions. Look at the body structure of those 5 or 6 defensive backs, and then look at the body structure of the Holy Cross receivers. And there's a big difference in just the strength of the players. Number 10 here versus Theobald here, number 8.
Number 8, gotcha.
Big difference in just the body size.
That's
that weight room.
That Providence weight room paying off. Read about that in the Glycod preseason season preview magazine. Flag comes in. And that's going to go against the Cougars. That's their third penalty.
That was a bad penalty, too. They were in a nice position there, 3rd and 2, and now it's going to be 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7.
Right, it goes from that short yardage where the whole playbook is kind of open to you to now you're a bit behind the chains and you become a little more one-dimensional, right? And that's always what the opposing coaches want.
Yeah, they want to put you in a position of 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. I can call good defenses. I don't have many plays for 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, but I got some good defenses for that.
Jones calls for it, gets it out quickly, has a man. Jukes, and falls forward. It's going to be close to the line.
Looks like they might give it to him. They did.
And that's Hardesty on that reception, and it's going to be awfully close.
Yeah, I think they gave it to him.
They haven't yet.
No, they haven't yet. They just signal first down.
Are they? Is there a flag on the play? There is a flag on the play, and I'm sorry, folks, roughing the quarterback way back at the 20-yard line.
So it is
and
a
we
first
did not
down.
see that. It is absolutely a first down, and they're going to tack on 15 more.
Nice. That was a good play, though. I mean, nice pass play. And it looks to me like that's what we need to do. Let's hit the short, intermediate length passes every once in a while. Throw one deep.
And it was close enough that it was going to be 4th and inches, or you ended up with the penalty, and you're in Providence territory. So Jamie Jones for Holy Cross, standing just about the midfield stripe. Hand off to Pennebaker, and he is met in the backfield, breaks a couple of tackles.
Everybody, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
really,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, all 11 Providence defensive players either hit him or were right next to him.
In the ballpark.
Yeah.
Wyatt Small, I think, was the man who finally brought him down.
That's what we used to call rally to the football. Get as many bodies as you can around the football.
Still a 2-yard loss, though. The nose of the football, not quite to that 46-yard line of Providence.
Yep, Providence is just so athletic. Their secondary, their linebackers, even their linemen are athletic kids.
Snap back. Jones looks to throw, throws a nice ball, has a man open just through the hands of Keith Hadley.
Yep.
Hadley just couldn't corral it.
Got to get those arms stretched out there, Keith. Get your arms stretched out just a little bit more.
So that brings up 3rd down and long.
Yeah. Todd, let's go for a 6-yard gain here. A little quick pass. Just a hitch, quick hitch, a little out pattern, just something quick. Get 5 or 6 yards and then go for it on 4th down.
Sounds good. Right, try to just get some of this, and the hopes that
call timeout.
There's a timeout on the field. So let's go ahead and take a timeout. We'll take that second quarter break, Jeff. And we will be back with more on Glycod.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know, I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Welcome back to Providence High School, where Holy Cross is faced with a 3rd and 12 situation on the Providence side of the field for the first time.
Todd, Friday in the Courier-Journal, I was looking through the sports section, so they had the pundits.
The pundits, absolutely.
Who picked these games, and it was divided 2 picked Holy Cross, 2 picked Providence, and basically the scores they picked are almost all the same. Don't know if that's going to be the case tonight. Let's see what Holy Cross can do on this.
And we've got a flag come in.
And right tackle.
I think that's going to be procedure. Yep.
Right tackle. Jumped a little bit early.
That's going to back Holy Cross up again. Their 4th penalty.
This just hurts them. It hurts a lot.
Puts them back inside their own territory.
Well, you keep putting your sophomore quarterback in situations that aren't to his advantage.
So Jamie Jones looking, now has to scramble, sacked. And that was Griffin Tucker with his 2nd sack of the season. Big loss there, and Holy Cross is going to be forced to punt the ball away.
Quarterback, Todd, the quarterback has to have an internal stopwatch. And he's got to know what 3 seconds are like, because he's not going to get any more time than 3 seconds to get rid of that ball. So instead of going for the 6 or 7 yard gain and then going for it on 4th down, they tried to go deep.
And
he didn't have that internal stopwatch working.
And Griffin Tucker got home. So that's Hardesty back to punt the ball away.
Good long snapper.
Catches a good bounce. Oh, off the hands of Kemp. He did corral it, but boy, dangerous. Now going to try to run upfield, makes a man miss, makes another miss. Still going at the 30, finally wrapped up and brought down. The Providence faithful appreciate the effort. Chase Hill finally able to corral Preston Kemp. That was quite a sequence there. Boy, when you touch a punt above your head, oh boy, danger.
I think Kemp's going in a quarterback now too. So his reward for doing all the gymnastics he gets to go back in a quarterback.
Okay, he takes off his receiver's gloves, goes in at quarterback. We saw him last week. He accounted for 2 touchdowns, was 2 for 2 through the air, and ran on a 36-yard touchdown scamper. Handoff, Cade Unruh. We've not called his name or number thus far tonight. Oh, he makes everybody miss. Gets to the 2nd level out near midfield. First down for the Pioneers.
That's the, again, you've got to defend that perimeter. It's just defend the perimeter, force them inside. Get your outside linebackers, your cornerbacks. You got 1, 2, 3. You take 6 people to defend that perimeter.
So 1st and 10.
See how wide open it is right here. Look, watch
Cade
this.
Unruh again, going to jet. Nope. Kemp on the keeper, and he just dives forward right to the midfield stripe.
But you see what I was talking about, just in that formation, and Holy Cross had 2 defenders. Providence had 3 receiver blockers out there, and it's hard to defend that. You've got to match up man for man, personnel for personnel, get an outside linebacker, get a cornerback, walk your safety up.
So Kemp comes to the sideline. Lannon back under center. Power formation here.
A little old school.
Now Unruh on the sweeper. 50, 40, and finally run out of bounds. Face mask. That's an easy call for the striped shirt on this near sideline. So run out of bounds at about the 34-yard line, but we're going to tack on 15 more.
Yeah, they did miss a nice hold right at the point of attack on the perimeter that helped get that ball outside. But again, just outstanding speed and strength and hard running, and I dare you to try to tackle me one-on-one. Come on, I dare you. Come on.
You dare me? I know. I could not me.
You.
No.
No, I wouldn't either.
No.
But that's the mentality of the Providence running backs. I dare you to try to tackle me. And now Providence has gone back into some old school power football, a little wing look.
So again, Lannon under center, inside the 20-yard line, handoff. Crewer gets a block, gets it to the second level, down inside the 15-yard line. So not running right up the middle, but certainly, between tackles.
Off tackle.
Yeah.
Off tackle around the end, right?
Yeah. I shouldn't say between tackles, but just off tackle, just right outside that, but got a good block.
So I've got 11 players on defense, and I need to get 4 of them on each side to protect the perimeter. That leaves me 3 in the middle.
21 seconds remain. Now let's see if Providence can get this. Yeah, okay, they reset the play clock there. Lannon under center. Fakes the handoff, looks to throw under pressure, puts up a wounded duck, and luckily.
Yeah, Mickey Wortham came in from his linebacker spot.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting to see if Holy Cross is going to bring some heat, bring those linebackers, get some people penetrating, get some people across the line of scrimmage, disrupt Providence's timing on their plays.
Well, and actually, Providence lucky that Logan McClellan at that safety spot fell down because he didn't fall down, but he slipped and couldn't come up on the ball because that wounded duck was ripe for the picking. Just good pressure from Holy Cross. Crewer on the toss,
there they go again.
Around the left side, trying to smell pay dirt, but can't quite get there. Gets it down to about the 3. Runs out of bounds with 10.1 seconds left. Providence, for all the world, looking like, boy, they want to tack on some more points here in the first quarter if possible.
Yep. They're just doing Providence's front people, their tight end, their wide receivers. They're just doing a marvelous job of blocking and getting their head on the outside of the defenders.
All right, so we have a little misdirection there inside, and that's Lynch. Are they saying touchdown?
Yeah, he's touchdown. Touchdown.
5.7 seconds left. Yep, touchdown. Finally, I saw the hands go up. So a 3-yard rushing touchdown by Thomas Lynch. Misdirection there.
Last week against Washington, we never saw Providence in this type of formation, this old school wing formation.
No, you're right.
And I'm wondering if Holy Cross wasn't expecting Providence to be in this type of formation.
Well, that could be.
And as a result, their defense hasn't been prepared to face it. I'm just assuming that. I know Holy Cross's defense is better than
what we've seen so far.
But that tells you how good Providence's offense is, too.
The Providence offense last year and this year, I would say for what we have seen in Southern Indiana is pretty elite.
Oh, I'd put them up against anybody in Southern Indiana.
They really, they just they have kids that have been in the program so long. They know exactly what the playbook looks like. They know what they are supposed to do.
Yep.
But then they also have worked in the weight room, and they have speed.
Yep.
And that's just the killer. It's the fact that you've got people that are smart enough to know where you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to be there, what the play is supposed to be, but you've got the speed to back it up.
And not only that, but you're strong enough to get to where you're supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah, so, they really, really do have a fine squad. And we're seeing that exhibited here tonight.
So Scott will kick it off with 7 seconds left. And the Providence faithful liking this 21 points put on the board early here.
Good kick.
Fielded by Hardesty.
Charlie Scott is a good kicker.
On the left side and taken out to about the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
So nice run back. And I see zeros on the clock, so that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Our score, Providence 21, Holy Cross nothing. Let's take just a moment, step away, get this into the first quarter break. We'll have second quarter upcoming for you here on Glycod.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voinier's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're up front with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Family owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
As we return to Providence High School, it's for second quarter action. Providence 21 and Holy Cross nothing. And Coach, we were talking about the things that Providence was doing well and why they were doing those things well before we went to break. And really, Holy Cross, we've seen flashes of offense for them. Just unfortunately, we've had penalties that have helped, but we've also had penalties and some sacks that have really hurt. Yeah. So as the ball switches to the other end here, let's see what Holy Cross can do going from right to left. Maybe we can see if they can't get a drive put together.
Well, and I know Holy Cross is a good football team.
Absolutely.
But they've if Providence is going to continue to line up in that wing formation, which basically is an unbalanced line because you got center, guard, tackle, tight end, and another blocker right outside the tight end. And if you're not moving, if you're not going to move your defense to adjust to that, or if you're not going to move your defense and slant to it or do something to take away that one-man advantage they have, bring a corner up, bring somebody up, Providence is just going to keep running the wide ball.
Yep.
So here we go.
Here we go. So Jones in the backfield with Pennebaker back there with him. Launched down, picked off at the 40-yard line. That is Wyatt Small with the takeaway.
Wyatt Small is one of the players that Coach McDonald highlighted before the game and has been very high on Wyatt Small playing in that safety spot and filling and coming up for tackles. He didn't have to do that time. He came up with a big interception. Now, I don't know if the camera stayed with it or not, but Jamari Pennebaker was blocking for the quarterback, and poor Jamari just got run over by Nolan Finnegan. Just steamrolled him.
And Finnegan, 6'2", 215, senior.
Pennebaker is 6 foot with no weight.
Right, no weight listed. Folks, we're just saying no weight was actually listed on the roster.
Yeah, but it looked like
no weight.
It looked like he had no weight at all.
Yeah.
All right, now let's see if they adjust to this wing. Yeah, they brought their corner up now.
Fake and then an inside handoff to Lynch, just on a dive play. That kind of almost looks like a play that like a Navy or a Georgia Tech would run there, just that delayed inside fullback handoff.
Right, and you don't in college football anymore, you don't even see fullbacks.
No, not very
often. Teams
often.
don't even put them on the roster anymore. Nobody's a fullback.
No Mike Allstott's around anymore.
Nope.
Pitch, this time to Kruer on the outside. He's got the first down and a couple more. I may have missed one early, but I know that's either the second or third Providence first down, just because they had so many big runs early. that went for long yardage.
Kate Unruh blocking on that wide play, just hooked onto the defensive back and refused to let him go. And the defensive back had no chance to make a play.
Our most outstanding player of the game, a bit quiet. Now the ball up for Unruh. Bounces off the helmet and in for Brian Wall. I hope we got that for you, folks.
Well,
off the helmet and touchdown.
Well, we got to give Unruh an assist.
Unruh gets the assist. He was the intended receiver.
Now that's good teamwork too. You know,
absolutely.
That is just good teamwork. Listen, I've scored a couple touchdowns. Here's one for you. Boink, off the head.
So Providence puts points on the board. Unfortunately, when they did, the scoreboard went kaput. So I'm not sure what time was left there. We'll get it back here shortly. They've had scoreboard issues last week and this week here at Providence, and those continued. But Providence scores in the second quarter, and then Charlie Scott knocks home the extra point, making it 28-0. All Providence. And that was just one heck of a play. So with 10:38, we're going to see the replay here first.
Oh, super.
Ball launched down, fight for it, off the helmet of Logan McClellan and in. So let's step away, take a quick break. When we return, we will have more high school football action for you here on Glycod.
Skyline for me is like my second home. So I started off at drive-thru, and then the next thing I know, I was serving full-time. My favorite regulars are always the ones with the kids. We're just laughing, talking, catching up on whatever's going on in our lives. Sometimes when I'm working the drive-thru, I'll hear a specific voice, and I know exactly who it is. When they pull around, I'm so excited to see them, and they're just as happy to see me. Skyline is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a fun place to work, and it's a fun place to eat.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
As we return to Providence High School, Charlie Scott to kick the ball off now with a 28-0 lead. And Providence really has kept their foot on the gas from last week to this week after scoring 56 in last week's contest, all in the first half. Fielded by McClellan. Good run back and a flag down at about the 17-18. Well, they're going to move it forward to about the 22. And Logan McClellan a bit slow to get up. No, actually now they're saying they're keeping him down.
Yeah, Cooper Ross.
So we've got a timeout on the field. And I'll tell you what, let's take this opportunity while the trainers do come out. Let's take this opportunity. We will catch a quick break and be back with more here on Glycod. Yeah, I just don't want to.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is 1 billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
Penalty against Holy Cross backs them up to about the 11-yard line. Logan McClellan did get up. The trainer came out, and he left under his own power, folks, but was shaken up on that play. We'll see if he gets back in the game. And we were saying Cooper Ross hit him just full speed.
Full speed, yeah, just coming down the field covering the kickoff. And Logan didn't try to evade him, and Cooper just ran right through him.
And that's the sixth penalty for Holy Cross, one of the 10-yard variety, and then a tackle for a loss.
Yeah,
Pennebaker couldn't make anything happen there.
Griffin Tucker coming from that defensive end spot, coming in unblocked.
So lining back up for it, Jamie Jones. Now backed way up. And second and about 13. Nice pass.
Yep.
Right side. Completed. And for a short gainer, but that gets him out near about the 15. That's Colton King on the reception.
Nice play. Nice. See, that's the play that quarterback's not going to get sacked.
Yep.
3 steps, get rid of it quickly. That's not a hard pass. It's a nice, easy catch. Now, the key there was, did you see Eli Theobald's tackle?
Yeah, good open field tackle.
Very good open field tackle.
Well, but Holy Cross, against other teams as the year goes on, they're going to find cornerbacks that aren't going to be able to tackle in the open field.
Exactly.
And that goes for first down or
Right.
maybe a 20-yard scamper.
Right.
Again, Jones. And finally tucked and tried to run there, but brought down for a loss. Going to bring up fourth down.
Tucker Griffin again. Or Griffin Tucker, excuse me. Griffin Tucker. He's becoming a disruptor. Tucker, the disruptor.
And I guess that technically would be a sack. And that his second sack of the night, third on the season for Griffin Tucker.
That's a good nickname. We should check that out with Coach McDonald.
What's that?
Tucker, the disruptor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Tucker the disruptor. Well, he is that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You run that past him. Sounds good.
Next Providence game.
Next Providence game. Few weeks.
Yep. I know they've got Milan coming.
Milan coming up.
Is that here or at Milan?
That's a good question. I'll have to look. I'm
Milan's
sorry.
a good team. They've kind of turned into a football powerhouse.
I'll check here in a second for you, Coach. Caught me there.
Okay.
Let's get this play out of the way.
Good snap.
Oh, dropped, but then the boot did get away. It's going to be short, though. Providence going to get fabulous field position. And that's going to be, see where they end up putting that football. So the Providence will have the ball with a short field. So Providence plays next at Madison. I'm thinking that Milan is here in a few weeks, Coach.
Madison Cubs.
Madison Cubs.
I know that well. I used to be the football coach there a long time ago.
And we will be at Floyd Central next week, folks, for our Southern Indiana game with Silver Creek Floyd versus Floyd Central. Fake to Unruh. Kempf on the spin has the first down and more. So Kempf back in there. And ball inside the 20. Now, Coach,
yes,
I think it's interesting that so that's a first down there, I should say. And I think it's interesting that I'm not going to say football coaches all fib, but I will say all football coaches seem to obfuscate. So when I talk to
Wait a minute. Whoa. You're talking to a football coach now.
I know. They tend to obfuscate. That's right. Yeah, they just muddy things a little bit. And here's why I'm going to say, we got to get the play in first.
Yeah.
Kempf eyeing Brian Wall, picked off.
Nice play.
And that was picked off. That is Jace Hardesty.
That's the way you play defensive safety right there. Nice play by Hardesty. Played cornerback, excuse me.
Ball will come out to the 20-yard line, I do believe. Well, so here's my thought. Obfuscate. Yes, that is when I talked to Coach McDonald over the summer. Mm-hmm. He was very. He said, we're going to have to find ways to get to get Preston Kemp the ball on the field. But Carter Lannon's he's our starting quarterback, which he is. That's true. But we're going to have to find ways to put them both on the field at the same time. And I said, well, so does that mean you'll trade off some series? No, I don't know that we'll do that necessarily. We'll just have to see how it goes. So he left himself plenty of room.
Well, if you're a poker player, that's like asking you, okay, wait a minute, don't have your cards facing, just turn the cards so I can see them too.
I'm poking at you. I'm poking at Coach McDonald. He's got two great players there, and Preston Kemp threw the ball well. Just unfortunately, Hardesty stepped right up and picked that one off.
Well, let me tell you, my philosophy always was quarterbacks are like money. You can never have enough of either one.
I understand. Totally understand that. Totally understand that.
And the other thing I learned when we were a passing team and when I was coaching the passing game, I found out that if you have one good wide receiver, you don't have any, because then teams can double cover your player and you have no option. When we were a really good passing team, we had four really, kind of like Providence, four really good wide receivers.
Catch and first down.
Still
and
going.
A little more.
Yeah.
And that's Royce. Roland Royce. With the first down.
5'11", 108-pound senior. So I think some of the seniors for Holy Cross right now are going to have to step up and say enough's enough. Come on, let's play Holy Cross football right now.
Well, and that play on defense by Hardesty looks to maybe have energized the offense here now. We've got a quick first down. And from Pennebaker, trying to get something done there. Short gainer.
Connor Sad coming from his defensive line spot, flowing across the line of scrimmage, making a nice tackle there. Providence has got kind of doing a little bit of substitution in their front, trying to get rest for a few plays. Give them a blow here.
So Jones with Pennebaker back there with him. Throws right side. Caught. Short gainer. This one's Gant. Peyton Gant.
But just another great open field tackle by Theobald. Now the receiver caught the ball, made a nice spin move, which is what you teach on that little hitch pattern. You catch and then you spin, and Theobald was on him so quickly that he really couldn't spin. He tried to do what good receivers are going to do, catch it and spin back towards the field.
But certainly does bring up third and very doable here.
Right, and actually this should be right now down in at least two down territory here, third and fourth down.
So three wideouts come to the near side, one to the far. Rolling, throwing,
Good.
And caught by Roland Royce, and he's a little slow to get up, but that's another first down for Holy Cross.
And a very well-designed play. Holy Cross, three receivers left, go deep, pull all the defenders with him, and Royce comes all the way across the formation to a voided area because
everybody downfield.
Went downfield. And a good play by the quarterback, too. And he had a little time to pass.
He did have time, and that does make a big difference. Jones, handoff, Pennebaker, and it's a short gainer, not much there, just past the line of scrimmage.
Cooper Ross right back in there again, another tackle, along with Luke Thomas, two really nice linebackers. Thomas is a junior, Cooper Ross is a junior. They've got another good year in front of them.
So that brings up second down and 9. Jones calls for it, fakes the handoff. Little pressure there, but he finds Royce out in the flat. Nicely thrown, nicely caught. Royce banged up, though. He rolled out of bounds.
Yeah.
He was a little slow getting up after that last reception, and that one didn't do him any good either. But it brings down 3rd down and about 5.
I see things out here that a coach sees, and I'm looking
right,
at
absolutely.
This, and I watched Brian Wall play in his safety spot, backpedaling to cover his deep third, what he's supposed to cover, but then coming up hard from an inside-out angle to make a great tackle on the sideline. So he had to cover 20 yards on that play. Great job by Brian Wall.
Jones wings it. Oh, nice catch.
Play, yes.
Well caught. About the 26-yard line. That's Hardesty.
Yeah. Wyatt Small on a nice tackle. Sorry, Todd.
No, Jace Hardesty. We saw good hands on the interception just a few moments ago, and now well done.
And Jamie Jones gaining some confidence, and the Holy Cross offensive line giving him some good time to sit back there and find an open receiver. That was a good pass because that's a voided area in front of the safety and behind the linebackers, and it's tough for the linebackers to cover that.
Jones throws. Pennebaker.
Nice cutback.
Just a nice little cutback, still going to the 15.
Yeah, Holy Cross got something going here, Todd.
Sure do. Another 1st down. That is their, I believe, 4th 1st down on this drive.
And there again, we see Brian Wall coming up to make a tackle on a sweep play from his safety spot, and that's what you want to do. The corners come up and funnel it inside, and the safeties come up when the guy cuts inside. That's the safety's responsibility to cover that inside seam. Corners turn them in, safeties come up and make tackles.
Sophomore quarterback Jones calls for it, rolls right, throws right, and just through the hands,
just off the hands
of McVeigh. Peyton McVeigh couldn't quite corral it. Going to bring up 2nd down.
Keep doing that. Those are all good offensive plays for Holy Cross.
Few personnel changes. I see Hadley coming in. As is
Colton King.
King's
in now.
He's also in. King heads wide to the right side.
I got to find
Hadley.
Hardesty. There's Hardesty.
Hardesty's,
yes, find him
at
in that
the far
slot.
hash.
And he looks to me like Providence is giving him.
Throw comes on the left side, though.
He fumbled it.
And it fumbled, and I think recovered by Holy Cross. Shaken up a little bit on that, though, was the Holy Cross player. Let's see who that was. And that was Caleb Phillips.
Yep.
The left tackle recovered that.
That's a quick wide receiver bubble screen, quick screen, whatever you want to call it.
So loss of 5. Keith Hadley was the receiver on that. Caught the ball and then had it poked loose or jarred loose.
Yep. I got to find Jace Hardesty. If I'm Providence, Holy Cross's quarterback, I want to find my number 7.
So he'd be
He's the inside slot.
Inside slot, yep. Jones looked to tuck, but then throws it back into the center, and that was into the dirt. Intended for Colton King. And we have a timeout with 1:55 remaining. And let's see, I didn't see that. Who called the timeout? Or is it official timeout? I believe it's an official timeout.
I don't know. Holy Cross call timeout?
Officials called it. I think they're saying is it water break time?
Water break time, sure. Take care of the players.
Okay. We will keep it here, though, because I believe we've taken care of our responsibilities. Coming up at halftime, we will, of course, have the ticker updated. We also will have in our second halftime break the MAC Minute. And we will also chat a bit about what happened on the field here in this first half. And it's been all Providence thus far, although I have to say Holy Cross has really played well this second half of the second quarter. After that interception, they have marched the length of the field.
I think Holy Cross was, surprised or stunned by the speed of Providence's players, and it's taken them a while, I think, to get ready. I hope they're going to kick a field goal. Jace Hardesty.
So they're saying I think they're saying the clock will actually be kept on the field. I think there was a clock issue. Hardesty will kick it.
Yes, sir.
And
good kick.
Puts up 3 points, and they're putting zeros on the clock. So let's see if that's halftime. So that's with zeros on the clock. Are we calling this?
I'm not sure that's really halftime.
I don't think it is either. So they said they were going to keep the game clock on the field.
Did I ever tell you the time at Bullitt Central when I was coaching and the scoreboard blew up?
No.
Oh, it was like fireworks coming out of it.
Oh, boy, that's not good.
Oh, it was exciting. Wasn't planned.
Sure.
Was.
How long was that field goal, Coach? Let's see. The ball was, let's see.
30 yards.
They've got the ball at the 20, so that would be a 30-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, folks, sorry for the confusion, and I know we have the clock showing, and it's showing zeros. We may just have to lose that clock because we may not know what the time is. I hope they do make announcements, but I think, unless I misunderstood, and I will confirm at halftime, I believe they said they are going to keep the game clock on the field.
What do we got, 28-3? Okay. So did you get that impression, Todd, that Holy Cross starting this game wasn't prepared for the speed of Providence's running backs and receivers? How quick, and not only strong, but how quick and fast they are.
I guess, but it seems like if you watch film, I mean, I know last week's maybe is a little stilted, but
right.
It seems like you could watch last year's film and know that there's a lot of speed there. Hardesty, again, doing kicking duties on the turf and taken and up back there. That's Kempf and wrestled down. He's thrown down after about a 10-yard wrestling match. We'll see what they give that as forward. They're going to say that ball's going to be at about the 16-yard line. So
they didn't give Preston much forward progress on that, did they?
So first down, Pioneers. And there, I'll tell you again there, folks, that the scoreboard, I don't know. I know they have had some difficulties here, but the striped shirt crew, the referees, have decided they are going to keep the time on the field.
Luke Kruger came out with a little limp, but he seems to be okay on the sideline.
Yeah, see him there on the sideline.
But he's walking fine.
Lannon.
Nice screen pass.
Pitch. And it's to Lynch. Made the first man miss and runs over the second before going out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So Thomas Lynch and a timeout from the Providence Pioneers. What do you think, Jeff? We want to try to take a quick break? No, we'll keep it here. All right. So timeout for the Pioneers, 28-3. Well, I was looking at your coach. I was looking at your scores there. That your the folks from the Courier Journal, the pundits. had down, and we've got a couple of those that had one of them that had Holy Cross at 28, one of them that had Providence at 28. So we've got that score,
right.
but
they got that covered.
But in either case, score in the mid-20s. I'm going to say that our final score. We're gonna have a little more scoring, as Harry Carey used to say. 28 points is not going to win this ball game. I mean, it might, but it might not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Now what we got? Another timeout? Yeah, we do.
So another timeout on the field. And Providence, again, they wanted to see what personnel or what sort of personnel grouping that Holy Cross had and immediately called timeout again. And I believe that leaves them with one. We've had one interception for both teams. Small picked off a ball from Jamie Jones there in the first quarter, and then Jace Hardesty picked off a Preston Kempf pass in the end zone, and that led to that drive down the field for Holy Cross and those 3 points. So turnover did result in a scoring opportunity. So Lannon from the shotgun rolls left. He has Unruh out there, decides to keep it on his own and just runs it out of bounds.
Of course, I'm looking at the clock to see how much time is left.
Right, and it's not. No, I've keep doing that as well, and it's not doing me. I'm so used to doing that. I either look over Jeff's shoulder and try to look at it on our screen, or try to glance at the scoreboard.
I don't know. You think will Providence go for another score here, or just be satisfied to?
I don't know how much time's left, but I can't be much. So I'm thinking. I thought maybe they'd try for something. Kruer on it, and helmet comes off.
Number 22.
Ty Thomas for Holy Cross, and
I guess that is halftime.
That's a first down, but that is halftime. So our halftime score here at Murphy Stadium at Providence High School, the Providence Pioneers 28 and the Holy Cross Cougars 3. Come on back. We'll have the halftime show for you upcoming here on Glycod.
Vaccines help fight infections. When your child gets vaccinated, their immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades their body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide your child with the best protection against serious diseases. The Clark County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, please visit clarkhealth.net. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect.
Let's be honest. You don't see Grandma nearly enough. Which means the dead car battery you've spent the morning dealing with has robbed her of precious grandkid time. It's unfortunate, sure, but it's not like she's going to write you out of her will or anything. Right? When you need to be there, you need an Interstate. The car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout Southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place. Parents want to do what's best for their children. Teenagers love a party, and often alcohol is involved at those parties. While some people think that hosting those parties in their homes will keep their kids safe, it's wrong. And it's illegal to allow your teens and their friends to consume alcohol on your property. In fact, it's a felony. Parents who host lose the most. Don't be a party to underage drinking. Funding in part provided by the State of Indiana Division of Mental Health Services. For more information, go to ourplaceinc.org.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Centra Credit Union for banking and financial services that are centered around you. Visit Centra.org.
As we return to Providence High School, halftime here at Providence. I want to remind everybody to subscribe to our Glycod YouTube channel and also tell you tonight's scoreboard ticker is presented by Clark County Health Department. Are you up to date on your immunizations? For scheduling and more info, contact them at 812-282-7521. 812-282-7521. Well, it's time to invite Coach in just to see what he has to say about that first half action.
Well, it was surprising. Providence didn't surprise me, but Holy Cross did. We saw Providence play last year a lot. Last year we saw Holy Cross one time. You did a game. I was at that game.
Right.
And they lost some really good players, especially their quarterback and a good running back. But I didn't expect Providence to be able to manhandle the Holy Cross defense the way they have. It was kind of surprising. I expected Holy Cross to be able to move the ball a little better than they have also.
Well, I want to make sure and show at least this one replay. We may have Jeff Cooper catch a couple others, but this is a little bit of an immaculate reception here. The ball intended for Cade Unruh goes off the helmet of McClellan of Holy Cross right into the hands of Brian Wall, and that was the first touchdown, or the only touchdown of the second quarter. That landed to Brian Wall on a little bit of you can't even say trickery. That was just plumb just craziness. So divine intervention there. Yeah. Providence scored first, 10:32 in the first quarter. Lannon to Eli Theobald on a 52-yard pass play. Scott for the extra point, made it 7-0. Luke Kruer with a 25-yard rushing touchdown, made it 14-0. Thomas Lynch then on a 3-yard dive play with the Scott extra point, made it 21-0. We already discussed and showed you the replay on that play to make it 28-0. And then after the interception by Hardesty, Jace Hardesty put his foot to the ball from 30 yards out and scored a field goal, making it our halftime score of 28-3. Well, let's step aside and catch our second halftime break, and that's also going to include our MAC Minute for tonight. And let's step aside. Let's do that. When we come back after that break, we'll reset for the second half here on Glycod.
A credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
tailgate or tailgating to get to my tailgate.
I can't go anywhere.
But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Contact Floyd Snobs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today.
Vaccines help fight infections. When your child gets vaccinated, their immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades their body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide your child with the best protection against serious diseases. The Clark County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, please visit clarkhealth.net. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect.
Obviously, there's a bunch of very talented individuals here at Mike, but together as a team is what makes us so good. And
you know, for myself, and I know Chad, like a lot of the lessons that we learned on that football field, you know, you don't get what you deserve on the football field unless you're out there working hard for it each and every day. It's a sport that will reward you for your hard work, and there's absolutely parallels between what we learned there and what we do, you know, here at Mike each and every day. We pride ourselves as owners that we work hard to surround ourselves by people that make us better. A lot of our same core values and just principles and belief, and it's 100% the people.
Well, just as far as doing the right things for the right reasons and the culture that we have, and you know, so obviously it takes everybody, but you know, I would think that's represented by the team recently has voted on their team captains, and so I think it's fair to maybe mention some of them. You know, Carter Lannon comes to mind, Brian Wall, Thomas Lynch, Luke Kruer, Kate Unruh. So those are a handful that I think, you know, the team voted on and represents a lot of what their core beliefs are. And as we kind of talked earlier, things that quite frankly that we've tried to incorporate here at Mike and is what we want out of future employees. So it's kind of exciting to see that parallel. You know, Providence kind of defines the football team as, you know, who are we when nobody's looking, when nobody's around. I think there's a pride in what the products and the things that we're doing out in the community. And so, you know, I think it just makes it that much more special that we focus on those things and making sure that again, that we're doing the right things for the right reasons. And it's we before me. And so I think we share a lot of that. It's obviously there's a bunch of very talented individuals here at Mike, but together as a team is what makes us so good.
This Mac Minute on Glycod is brought to you by Mac Construction. Family owned with over 40 years experience in civil construction and streetscaping. Mac Construction. Experience, reputation, solutions.
Back at Providence High School, halftime here at Gene Sartini Field, Murphy Stadium, where the Pioneers lead the Cougars 28-3. And Coach, it's time to pick your brain just a little bit. Put yourself in that Holy Cross locker room. They had a successful drive. They got points. They would have liked 7, I'm sure, but they got 3 points on the board. So put yourself in that locker room first. What are you telling your kids?
Well, what I'm going to do is talk to my coaches, first of all, my assistant coaches, and I'm going to find out what is happening on the perimeter and what we need to do to stop being outflanked. We're going to have to slant our people. We have to move people. We're going to have to change our front a little bit, change our secondary. But we need to do something to get outflanked. And then I go back in and tell the kids, hey, listen, let's try this in the second half and slow down some of that outside stuff. If they're going to beat us now, they're going to have to beat us up the middle.
Gotcha.
So let's try this and see if this works. I don't know what that is because I don't know their personnel. But
sure.
We're going to try something different because what we're doing didn't work. If I'm in the Providence locker room.
Yep, that was my question.
Yeah, I'm going to tell the players I expect Holy Cross to change up a little bit. So we're going to take a real quick look, come out in the second half, see what they're going to do as a change up, and then if they're going to protect that outside, we want to beat them in the middle. We're
Right
just
up the
going to
middle.
run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle, force them to come back in, and then we'll go back outside again. It's kind of a chess match, you know.
Sure, absolutely.
I move this guy here, move that guy there, and I make that move, you make this move.
Absolutely.
So I think that's what I would be doing in the
Okay,
locker room.
there again. So it's, first is talk to the coaches, figure out maybe where the weakness is and where the change needs to be made, and then try to do that. And then on the Providence side, just try to somehow cancel that maneuver if possible.
And really, the worst seat in the house is the head coach down on the sideline. I mean,
right.
That's the worst seat in the house. When I coach, I tried to get, if the ball was going one direction, I would try to get down to the other end of the coaching box so I could look down the field and kind of see what was going on.
Try to see see
and
the
you
lanes.
really rely on the guys upstairs with the headsets talking to you of what's going on. And you ask them what's happening, why. Don't tell me we're getting beat.
Right.
I can see that.
How are we getting beat?
How are we getting beat? Why
Absolutely.
are we getting beat? And I've got a plan on how to fix that, but I need to know what's happening out there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, let's take another break here. We'll take our last halftime break. When we come back, we'll reset things for the second half. Come on back for that in just a few moments on Glycod.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
The only name you need to know for all your auto repair needs is Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Sure, our name might be hard to say, but we can fix everything no one else wants to fix. Big or small, we can do it all. Foreign or domestic, if it needs repair, Voinier's can handle the job. The only thing high-tech about us is what we do, and we're upfront with you and we'll do the job right. One thing we have to sell is our time, and we won't waste yours. Voinier's Auto and Truck Repair. Family-owned since 1981. Call us for all of your auto repair needs.
With a wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms, Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family-owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
This segment of tonight's game is presented by Priority Radiology, located at 807 Northgate Boulevard in New Albany. Priority Radiology, they'll get you back into the game.
You want to do it?
I did it.
All right.
We already did it.
Okay.
Ask Jeff. How'd I do, Jeff?
How'd we do, Jeff?
Perfect.
Okay. The way you handed it to me, I wasn't sure. So we are about to reset here for the second half. We should have him do that every week. You just got yourself a job.
I'll be happy to do it.
Okay. Well, we should let folks know, as of the end of the first half, the scoreboard clock, they were having trouble with the scoreboard clock, so we are not sure if we will have a clock for you or not, folks. When we keep the clock on the screen, that's when we can always have a scoreboard clock to double check. But if they end up with keeping the time on the field, we are going to be just as in the dark as you are, I promise. So we will wait and see what they do, and rather have it read zeros. If we end up not resetting it, we'll just turn that off. So I see the man in the white hat checking his watch, so I have the feeling that they may be keeping it down there.
Yeah, he's got a dinner reservation.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
He's going to make sure they get to the dinner reservation on time.
Gotcha. Jeff, do we want to talk about what's coming up next week briefly? All right, let's pull that over here quickly, although I hear some whistles, so we won't have long, but we do have a few things we can briefly talk about. Our schedule for next week on video, we've got Silver Creek at Floyd Central. That's our Southern Indiana game. I will be along with Coach Kaz. Jeff will be over there with us as well. Collins at Paul Lawrence Dunbar with Keith Elkins and KJ Jones. And then our other video presentation is North Oldham at Tate's Creek with Chris Labar and Rick Reams. Male at St. X will be audio with Joe Cox and Dion Reese. And then PRP at Ballard. It sounds like that one's up in the air, whether it will be audio or video. And check back in with Glycod, and we will let you know. All right, so we are about set to go to work here in the second half.
Be interesting to see what Holy Cross is going to do. I think this first series for Holy Cross is going to be kind of important to see how the rest of the second half is going to go for them.
Absolutely.
If they move the ball and have some success, we could have a good second half.
Fielded by Hardesty. And right up the seam, nice run back.
That was a pretty good way to start the second half right there.
Nick Stoner on the tackle for the Pioneers. So the Holy Cross Cougars are about to come out and go to work here on offense in this second half.
Let's see if they go into that a little bit more of that short passing game that was successful for them.
They had good success with that.
Yeah.
So Jones flips to Pennebaker. Nice block on the outside, and that nice block on the outside included a hold, didn't it, Coach?
Yeah, well, that's because it was a night. That's how they got outside. It was a little bit of a hold. Finnegan, nice defensive end for Nolan Finnegan. Excuse me, Nolan, who does a really nice job setting the edge at that defensive end position. Was held pretty badly.
So that's going to back Holy Cross up, and I would say as a coach, right? That's of course just unfortunate because that's not the way you wanted to start the second half.
Exactly.
Behind the chains.
Yep.
I had Holy Cross for 55 yards of penalties in the first half compared to 20 for the Pioneers.
Well, I know Coach Dick was concerned about ball security and no turnovers. Well, they haven't had any turnovers, but they've had a lot of penalties.
Slight correction, one turnover. They did have that one interception.
That's right.
So the ball will go back to the 28-yard line on the 5-yard penalty there. Did I have that distance right, or is that 10 yards?
10 yards.
10 yards. Yeah, I knew that.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice hole.
Yes.
Pennebaker
still running hard.
Still going, has the first down. Nice, hard run right up the middle to midfield.
You're gonna have to shout out Tyler Horning, Dylan Jacobs, and Cam Henderson, center guard, did a really nice job opening that hole against a pretty stout Providence defense. So this is a good start for Holy Cross.
It is. Well, behind the chains, but then to be able to move the chains like that. Well, and that's where good offensive line and running backs really will show themselves sometimes. Now here, Pennebaker was just stood up right at the line of scrimmage and spun down there. He wasn't going anywhere that time.
No, but sometimes, as an ex-lineman and an ex-line coach, sometimes I would say, the linemen are doing okay. The back has got to find that hole. It's not always, if I told you to run left hole, that doesn't mean that you have to go exactly to that hole.
Right.
You have to find the opening. These linemen are going to do the best they can. You have to find an opening.
They are playing against someone else who's trying to beat them, right?
Yeah. So Pennebaker just didn't find that hole.
Jones
nice
looked to throw.
Nice throwback, yes.
And it falls harmlessly across the middle.
Well-designed play, though. I liked what he was trying to do there.
So that brings up third down, 3rd and long, which, Coach, now we saw several times in the first half that Holy Cross was happy to just run 5-6 yards, try to get something, maybe break a tackle, make it 8.
Yep.
So do you do that, or do you go for it all here?
Nope, go do that. Run your little hitch pattern right here, number 8, wide open here.
3 wide outs to the far side.
Hitch right there. Oh. Yep.
Number 6,
there you go.
they got him, though, for 8 yards.
Yep.
That wasn't number 8. It was
6.
actually number 6. That was Hoover.
Yeah. But see, that's an easy pitch and catch. He goes down 6 yards, plants his foot, turns inside, ball's right there. Providence comes up, makes a tackle, but it's a nice 7-yard gain.
Yeah.
So now you're 4th and 3, and you can make that.
Right. Very makeable.
Yeah. So I'm going, that play we just ran right up the gut a minute ago for 20 yards? That looked like a pretty good play to me. And I'm going to run right at the strength of my offensive line at center and 2 guards, Jacobs, Horning, and Henderson.
So Jones calls for it. Looks to throw it, has a man, caught, and finally brought down. That will be a first down. That was Roland Royce out there, and he is hurt. He was gimpy a couple other times, and that turf has not been kind to Roland Royce.
Yeah.
But with that first down, we will take a brief timeout, and let's take that timeout. When we return, we'll have more third quarter action for you here on Glycod.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
So first down for the Cougars, who are trying to put something together here, chip away at this Providence lead. Want to let you know again, they are keeping time on the field, folks. So we are all in the dark together, I guess, is what I should say about what the official time is. High snap into the paws of Pennebaker, though. And
there's Wall
run
again.
Down. Yeah, Brian Wall. Nice ankle tackle there on Pennebaker.
But you could see what we talked about, how that safety comes into that seam. Anything that gets turned upfield, that safety is responsible for that seam. He's just not back there to defend passes. He's got some run responsibility, too.
Well, Brian Wall led this team in tackles last year. Now, he was a bit quiet last week against Washington, but part of that was just the nature of how that game panned out. Jones looks to throw, right side, has a man, goes up for it. That's McClellan, if I'm not mistaken. He falls forward for another first down.
Yep. We got a cramp. One of the Providence players is down with a cramp. That is
that would be Tucker, Griffin Tucker.
Yep.
He's going to come off the field.
He's going to get his pickle juice.
He needs his pickle juice. And subbing in for him is, well, I saw Zach Druin go in. I would have thought he would have been in, so have to figure out if.
Big 76, I think, is who it is.
I think you might be right. That would be Matthew Hendricks, maybe.
76, 75. I can't tell.
I can't tell. It might be 75, actually.
Oh. How about 65?
Well, let's just keep guessing.
How about it is at 65?
Couple yard gain there.
See, 65.
For Holy Cross. You're right. Tackle by 65, Mark Millay.
Nice play by his part, too. He stood up the offensive player. Did a good job. That's what we talked about before. You getting those arms out in front of you, stun the offensive lineman, and then disengage and go to the ball.
Mark Millay starting right tackle for this Providence team, subbing in there on defense, making the tackle. Jones to throw, has some time now. Throws, caught, under pressure, under duress, and that was complete to Peyton Gant. Peyton Gant
I tell you,
with the first down catch.
Holy Cross has got some different people in the game right now, too. They're not on our depth chart. They're on their roster, but not on my depth chart.
Peyton Gant was in and caught a pass in the first half, and I know that just because he did end up on my spot chart.
Yeah.
He's out wide right. McClellan is wide to the near side.
Oh, a little Wildcat action.
Wildcat, direct snap. Didn't see who that was.
That's 44 for Holy Cross. Aiden DeWeese, one of the linebackers.
Yep, one of the linebackers on that Wildcat carry.
Yep. Going to do it again. Leave him in there. Do it again.
So Wildcat again. Got 44 and number 1. It's 244. Follows the lead blocker. Doesn't get much there, though. So DeWeese, the ball carrier again, and they're actually going to say a loss of 1.
Yeah, Aiden DeWeese, who is not a normal running back, he's the starting linebacker. He needs to hit that and then bounce it outside. Providence has got everything inside. If he hits and bounces it outside, he's going to walk into the end zone.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Two big plays. Holy Cross call timeout. Coach Dick knows these are 2 big plays for Holy Cross.
Absolutely.
They score, they're back into this game again. This drive we talked about how important this drive was.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and catch. No, let's keep it right here. Let's keep it right here because we can always catch that break after the score, and we'll plan to do that. But so, like you said, now they were effective for a short gainer on that Wildcat the first time. Second time, really not much of a gain there. Don't know what happened there. Not much of a gain. Yeah. So your thoughts on what you're going to do if you're Coach Dick and the offensive coordinator for Holy Cross?
Well, if you have this play, to me this is one of the best plays in football. If you have it in your playbook, is the Wildcat, the running back, and he doesn't have to be a great passer. The running back gets the ball. He takes about 4 steps forward like he's going to do that stop and just jump in the air and dump it to your tight end who's fake the block. He'll be wide open. Wide open.
Gotcha. Kind of a jump pass.
Yeah, we used to call that the Popeye pass, believe it or not.
Okay, so we've got DeWeese and Pennebaker in the backfield.
Popeye, nope.
Wildcat.
Nope.
To DeWeese, he throws the ball.
Did he catch
it?
Oh, he did.
Caught it. Touchdown.
Holy cow.
And I didn't see who it was.
I didn't either, but he's celebrating over at number 7.
It is Hardesty.
Yep.
So third quarter, our first score, and Holy Cross, no idea exactly what the timing is on that, but that was a 4-yard pass play from DeWeese
to Hardesty.
To Hardesty. Hardesty working as hard as he can to maybe end up have a chance to be the Skyline Chili most outstanding player of the ball game, as he will attempt to add the extra point.
He made it.
He did make it.
That's a little stutter
and there was
step.
a bit of an maybe somebody down there, but Hardesty makes it, and that makes it 28-10, and 10 unanswered points from Holy Cross. Let's take a timeout, come back for more third quarter action here on Glycod.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
As we return to the field of play after that touchdown score, and we were just saying that we certainly weren't ready for the Wildcat to complete that pass, and
I don't think Providence's defense was ready for that
exactly.
either. And it was really a fine pass by a linebacker / running back / Wildcat / quarterback.
Well, so after the penalty that began that drive, then some power football from Holy Cross to run on the inside for a good 30-yard gain, and then taking a chance on 3rd and 4th down to just hit short passes, not try to get it all in a home run, and then Hardesty with the touchdown catch.
Do we try an onside kick? Nah.
I'm not sure. And
try a squibber.
A squibber. Caught by the up back, and still going out to the 45. I didn't see who that was. I think it was Preston Kempf came up and got that and took that out to the 45.
Number 8?
Oh, it was number 8. Okay, that was Theobald then.
Yeah.
Who comes to the sideline.
Okay.
So first down for the Pioneers.
Let's see if Providence has an answer for that and see if Holy Cross has an answer on defense.
And 4 first downs on that drive for Holy Cross. Carter Lannon, inside handoff. Not much there. Going to be a short gainer. So that was Lynch on the carry for the yard or so gain.
And DeWeese on the tackle along with 56 for Holy Cross.
Here comes Providence. Handoff. Kruer met in the backfield and legs swatted out from under him, and that was Hardesty on that tackle.
We got another cramp, number 5.
That's McClellan.
McClellan with a cramp.
We
should. I don't know if people all know that.
And number 1's actually going down too because he's cramping as well. I think. Should we? You want to explain the pickle juice?
I'd be happy to because I suffer from cramps, and someone once told me, well, tonic water. If you drink a lot of tonic water, it has quinine, or I guess that's the correct pronunciation.
Yes, right. Yeah,
quinine. Yeah. Someone once said to me it was quinine. It's
quinine.
Right. And the amount of quinine in it is so minuscule that that really doesn't help any. And then someone once told me you put a bar of soap underneath your sheet when you go to bed, and that takes care of the cramps. That sounds sounds like witchcraft to me.
I'm not buying that one.
Do that one
I can't think of a medical reason why that would. No.
So it came down to someone once told me you drink pickle juice.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, I'm getting these cramps. I'll try anything. And drink pickle juice, and sure enough, the cramps almost immediately went away. So I love dill pickles. So when we're finished with the pickles, I always save all
save
the juice. So I have
yeah.
a big container of pickle juice in my refrigerator, which people always ask, what is that? It's
pickle juice.
Pickle juice for my
Yeah.
cramp. And as a last resort, if the cramps are really bad and that doesn't work, you take 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard. And it doesn't
with the pickle juice?
No, well, you've already tried the pickle juice.
Oh,
That didn't work. So the last resort is 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard.
All I know is, Coach, it sounds like picnic time is what it sounds like.
It doesn't sound very appetizing, though. I don't know what kind of picnics you went on.
well, pickles, mustard, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You figure hot dogs into something.
So those things. Now, in reality, when I was coaching, what we tried to teach the players to do was you need to hydrate. Not just right before the game. The hydration needs to occur the day before. You start drinking water,
days before.
And it's not tea, it's not Cokes, and it's not Sprite.
Nope.
You can see there's another one just went down, number 5 for Providence, just cramped his hamstring muscle. I saw him grab it.
Yep.
Yeah, I just saw him grab it. He's in pain. But you got to hydrate, and these players know that, and the coaches know it. The sports drinks are okay, but really the best thing that you can drink is water. And you're as a doctor, you know,
yep.
Your cells got to have that fluid in there, and it doesn't happen an hour before the game.
No, and people don't drink enough water. Okay, so here we are, 3rd down play. Lannon escapes from the pocket. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw it downfield and throws it away well outside the tackle box and past the line of scrimmage. So
really good pressure.
Good defense.
Yeah, very good pressure. Jackson Ruscio, we haven't mentioned his name since
we have not.
Line.
Oh, no.
Good pressure on him. And one of the things Holy Cross is doing now, they're sending people. They're sending linebackers. They're getting some pressure on Providence. They're disrupting Providence's offense.
So it's going to bring up 4th down. And
here's another one.
Finnegan comes off.
Got a little cramp going. He's got a little. Oh, he's in. He's out.
Oh, is he supposed to be in? Is he supposed to be out? And there's going to be a delay of game here.
It's not going to hurt him. Yep.
Yep, delay of game. So that's going to back Providence up 5 more yards. Their first penalty of the half.
One of the hardest jobs in coaching is to be the special teams coach, to get the proper players into the game when they need to be in the game. And no matter how much you stand on the sideline and yell, punting, 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 there's always Jimmy or Joe way down at the end of the bench getting a drink of Gatorade and not paying a bit of attention to the crazy coach yelling, punting, punting, punting.
So Scott at the 24-yard line fields a nice snap, gets a good kick away, takes a great bounce for Providence, fielded at the 15, a good block, and then great open field tackle there. So that was Hadley on the return.
And Cooper Ross on the tackle. But still a nice run back. Yeah.
Good punt and good run back.
And I think if Cooper Ross hadn't got a hold of that jersey and held on, Hadley was going to be gone.
It was going to be, at least a long gain. Yeah, at least.
Okay, here we go. Now let's see what happens now.
Well, we certainly saw the Holy Cross offense come to life there as the third quarter dawned. So let's see what we can. What we see out of him here on this second possession. Toss, Pennebaker, right side. Oh, broke a tackle. Unruh to beat. 50, 40. Unruh with a great tackle, saving that.
Touchdown saver.
Touchdown, absolutely. Unruh slow to get up, but that's because he literally threw himself at the feet of Pennebaker. Huge gainer there, and now Unruh is cramping. He's on the field, so that will have to have a brief timeout, I believe.
Yeah.
As the teams reset, he's up and off. And he gave it all to catch Pennebaker there, and I'm sure Pennebaker was feeling like he was home free.
Yeah, and Pennebaker is a 6-foot, no-weight sophomore, and he's got some wheels.
So that was the second big gainer of the night for Pennebaker, and that's another first down, 5th of the second half. And then we've got a whistle coming, play blown dead, procedure on Holy Cross.
Yeah, I think Pennebaker was probably a little tired, and he was in his position. He started leaning forward. And
oh, boy.
Took one little step to keep from falling over, and that's a procedure penalty.
Let's see if he heads to the sideline. No, he does not.
Yeah.
So false start Holy Cross, backs them up 5 more yards.
I got to tell you, this is like Ironman football. There are very few subs going in and out of these games.
So second penalty of the half for Holy Cross. 15 yards total thus far. Jamie Jones, sophomore, back in at quarterback, standing on the 40-yard line. Looks to throw, right side, has a man open, wide open. Caught, and that was Hoover out there, I believe.
7-yard gain. I mean, it's a.
Yep.
Providence is dropping those safeties, and it's deep, and the corner, the responsibility for that corner right there is going deep with the receivers that are going deep. Just send one guy out in the flat, and he's wide open.
So Pennebaker to the right side of Jones in the backfield. A couple of wideouts near, a couple far. Looks to throw Jones now. Here comes the pressure. Throws it out there, up for grabs, and ball falls harmlessly to the turf. Colton King, the intended receiver, but there was a blue jersey out there as well. It's going to bring up 3rd down. We've got a whistle here. And a timeout on the field. So let's take a timeout as well and hear from some of our fabulous Glycod sponsors. And when we return, we'll have more third quarter action for you here on Glycod.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
So as we return from our brief timeout, both teams talking things over with coaches and also taking a much-needed hydration break. I think we three can attest that it's rather close.
It's
sticky.
Close. Sticky close is the way to put it.
Here this evening. Better than Thursday or Friday night, but still, it's.
My watch says it's 79 degrees, and I feel like it's 79% humidity right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So it's understandable why players are having some cramping issues too.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure what that whistle is about, folks.
It's probably equipment, mouth guard, chin strap.
Something,
some equipment
maybe,
issue.
Yeah, it might have been a mouth guard. As Hoover ran to the sidelines and came right back in. So 3rd down. Jamie Jones looks to throw. Here comes the rush. Over the middle, batted up in the air. And that was Small. Got his paw on that ball, knocked it away from Hardesty.
Yeah. And Hardesty almost got it on the rebound. If you see how quickly he
just
reacted, his turn and the ball was still in the air. But Wyatt Small, again, makes a really nice play at a safety spot. And again, I know why Coach McDonald is so high on him. Okay.
Fourth down and long. I was just going to ask if you have any advice, for young safeties, how they play like these Providence safeties are both very good.
I can
talk about that later as time goes on.
Yeah.
So big play here, though.
So timeout. So what you do when you're teaching those safeties, first thing you teach them is you first of all, you get into a good football stance. I hate to see them standing tall or with their hands on their hips or their hands on their thighs. You get in a good position. You take 3 steps back. First thing you do is just take 3 steps back, and you read your key. Your key might be an uncovered offensive lineman. Your key might be the tight end, but during scouting, the coach will pick out a key for you. Uncovered offensive lineman will tell you immediately it's a pass or a run. He'll come forward, it's a run, so you know I plant my foot and I come in looking for my run. You'll see them offensive lineman back off. You know it's a pass. Now you've got in the zone. You use your vision, and you find the quarterback. And when you see the quarterback's numbers, as a quarterback's here, when you see his numbers, the ball's getting ready to be thrown. So as soon as you can see the quarterback's number, you break to where the ball's going to be.
Yep.
So it's repetitions.
Repetition.
You also recognize formations. You recognize this formation, this guy going deep, somebody's going to come underneath or someone's going to come across, and the safeties through repetitions know all this stuff. But basically, you take those 3 steps back, read your keys. Once you've read your key, it's going to tell you it's pass or run, and you go from there.
You go from there. All right, and we are about back to action now that we've had Coach Kaz's lesson. 4th down, here comes pressure. Jones flushed, has to throw it, and ball falls harmlessly to the turf. So turnover on downs, and Providence will take over. So the Providence offense heads back out.
It sounds trite, but that was a seriously big defensive stand for Providence. A score there would have really put
the momentum.
Yes.
Definitely. It was already, it has gone Holy Cross's way, but now let's see if maybe the Providence offense can begin to suck some of the air out of that momentum.
Yeah, their first series of the second half was not what Coach McDonald, I'm sure, expected. Now they need to control the ball, control the line of scrimmage, control the ball. In that last series, by the way, Holy Cross has got 5 offensive linemen in the block, and Providence sent 7 people in.
So Lannon back there, handoff, Crewer. No, excuse me, that's Lynch. Lynch powers over the first man and then steps out of bounds just shy of midfield. Ball at the 48-yard line.
You know, I watched Lynch run the ball, and he's almost looking for somebody to hit.
It does look that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't care about the open field. Where's somebody in a different color jersey? Because
I want to hit that guy.
Yeah, I want to run into him.
So Lannon, Unruh in motion, and the sweep. Unruh around the left side, makes one man miss, and then brought down, but a nice gainer there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to, sorry to move your chart there, Coach. I wanted to write down that first down from a moment ago. That was Providence's first down of the second half. And we're deep in the third quarter. Folks, you may notice there's no clock. We don't know either.
We don't know how deep we are.
Yeah, they're keeping the time on the field. And pitch from Lannon to Crewer. Crewer's got the first down and more, well inside Holy Cross territory. Let's see where they say he is knocked out. Looks like it's going to be about the 37-yard line or so.
So Providence has gone back to the things that worked in the first half, and that is the runs outside.
Well, with their speed, you can understand why you would want to at least attempt that. And off, Lynch met in the backfield there. Falls forward for positive yardage, but that's just because of good second effort.
Yeah, that was Dylan Jacobs and Cam Henderson-Reed making a nice tackle there.
Yeah, that Dylan Jacobs, like you said in the pregame, 6'2", 295.
Yeah, He moves well. He's got good feet. He will be nope.
And a timeout, Providence.
I'm going to tell you.
Timeout, Providence. Let's go ahead. I'm sorry, Coach. Let's go ahead.
Right.
Do we have a break to catch here? All right. Well, then I'm sorry. Then we'll let Coach just let's go ahead and catch a quick break. We'll have more for you here in a moment on Glycod.
Busy, always on the go. And when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
So our score, 28-10, and Providence on a drive here deep in the third quarter. We know can't be much time left here in the third quarter. Lannon, pitch, Crewer. Gets a good block.
There you go.
And falls forward.
Good defensive play by Holy Cross there.
Inside the 45.
I don't know if you noticed, corner came up, got a shoulder square, set the edge, made the play turn inside. Good pressure from the rest of Holy Cross's defense.
McClellan gets up a little gimpy there. I think that's just another one of those little things tightening up when you hit the ground. It just the getting up muscles don't want to work quite right. So third down and long here, though, for Providence. Crewer checks to the sideline. Theobald and Wall on the near side as wideouts. Throw to Theobald. He breaks the tackle, gets to the 20, and out of bounds. So first down, Eli Theobald with another nice gainer there. He had a touchdown in the first half as well. So first and 10, and you know what? Something to note here, Coach, is both teams have cleaned things up a little bit penalty-wise. Providence only had 2 in the first half, but they seem to come at the most inopportune times. Handoff, Unruh, left side, tries to get around the edge, but and there's a flag comes in.
Face mask.
Face mask or horse collar. That was Maddox Pence on the tackle, and I was just saying something about penalties, wasn't I?
Well, and that was really, really an outstanding effort by the corner for Holy Cross to string that play all the way into the sideline. And it's just a shame that at the last minute he stuck his hand up into a face mask, because it really was a super effort on his part. Cade Unruh is not an easy person to corral.
No, absolutely not.
But I was going to tell you earlier, with the clock, the scoreboard down, and the referee keeping the time on the field, the referees hate that. They actually do.
Face mask against Providence.
Oh, my. Well, that was a surprise.
So face mask against Providence, incidental, 5-yard.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were saying, Coach, about the clock.
Yeah, the referees don't like to do this either.
Sure. No, absolutely not.
The coaches are bugging them constantly. How much time? Come on, what's the time? What's the time?
Right. Yeah. So face mask on the defense backs Providence up 5 yards. 2 penalties apiece then here in the second half. Unruh in motion. Little misdirection. That's Lynch. Behind the blocker, falls forward inside the 15-yard line down to, looks like about the 13 they're going to give him.
Yeah, good. Sam Beck, one of the pulling offensive linemen, led that play, did a wonderful job of staying in front of him. That's the end of the quarter.
And that is the end of the third quarter. So as we prepare to switch ends, we have our score, Providence 28 and Holy Cross 10. Come on back. We'll have fourth quarter action for you here on Glycod.
Makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout Southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Providence Pioneers holding on to a 18-point lead here, 28-10, as teams swap ends. And Holy Cross, the only score of that third quarter, on a touchdown. Deweese to Hardesty from about 4 yards out. Hardesty with the extra point, making it 28-10. And Coach, as you said, things not going quite like anybody expected there, and a good long clock-eating drive from Holy Cross.
Yeah, that's right. And now Providence has got one going on right now too. They're eating the clock up, and this is what I said they needed to do.
Sure. So as we flop ends and get set for Providence to come back on the field, Lynch beginning to come in, heads to the sideline. Finnegan comes in instead. Some sort of heavy package, I'm guessing.
It looks like a Finnegan, let's see, goes in at tight end.
Yeah, he plays tight end usually.
Yeah. So if they put that wing out next to him, looks like, let's see, it's the
under the flanker out in that right slot, Wall in the left slot.
Yeah.
And then a timeout.
That's not the formation that Coach wanted. I can tell you that right now.
Yep, as he called a timeout.
That was just a weird formation, and I'm thinking this is not what Coach wanted to do.
That leaves both teams with one timeout. Let's go ahead and we'll catch our fourth quarter break. We'll see you back in just a few moments here on Glycod.
Is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's two sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Back just in time. The play to Cade Unruh around the left side, breaks a tackle, headed for pay dirt.
Breaks another
pylon
tackle,
and touchdown. Cade Unruh from about 14 yards out.
That was that little wing formation where you fake the inside play and then toss it to the wing back coming back around the other way. You get a good seal blocks coming all the way down inside. All that action away from the play catches the eyes of the defenders, and they start looking back in that direction and forget about the people coming down the block. Unruh does a good job of he's so quick. He is so fast.
So now we've got everybody on the field. And Charlie Scott, Looks to knock it through. Another high snap, but able to get it down and through. So Scott's extra point makes it Providence 35 and Holy Cross 10. We will keep it here this go-round. And so Providence does come back with an answer, Coach. It took a kind of took a quarter, but they certainly did march down the field and answer back.
If we do drive of the game, that is drive of the game.
We don't have a sponsored drive of the game, but you are certainly welcome to mention it now or later.
That was the drive. Well, we should get a sponsor for the drive of the game.
We can put Crystal Bar on that.
That's the drive of the game.
Our folks, if you want to be a Glycod sponsor, as always, you can go to www.glycod.com and send us an email. We would love to have you as a sponsor. You could sponsor the drive of the game. We have lots of fantastic Southern Indiana sponsors and would love to have another just for that.
So that really kind of set Holy Cross behind. Now it's 35.
Yeah, 35-10. Yep.
And one quarter. You know, I give Holy Cross a lot of credit. They fought back from the middle of the second quarter.
Yeah, they did.
All the way to that drive right there, and that drive there just kind of wore them out.
That interception that they had in the second quarter, that lit a fire under them, and they played well from the middle of the second quarter through the third. Ball fielded, Hardesty, a nice run back, gets it to about the 32, and then gang tackled.
Led by number 11, and it's dark up here, and I'm having a time. Lucas Mock.
Mock, yes.
Lucas Mock on a nice tackle on the kickoff.
And we also have a Pioneer down. I think he's just slow getting up. Again, it's that
cramp.
It's cramp.
Oh, that's Finnegan.
No.
Yep, 85.
It is 85. You're right. I'm sorry. There again, it's dark and sometimes tough to see exactly, but Finnegan, yep, cramped up. So let's see what Jamie Jones and the offense for Holy Cross, Pennebaker, there on that carry. Just want to see what they can try to do here in this fourth quarter.
Lots of penetration. Cooper Ross again on the tackle. And
Pennebaker's down, slow to get up. Training staff coming on. Well, so rather than watch that, let's go ahead and we'll take our second break here and catch another one before it's all over with. So come on back. More fourth quarter coming here on Glycod.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
As Jamari Pennebaker, still the sophomore, still down on the field. And now the Providence players all decide to take a knee. Several of them, though, also taking this opportunity to take a helmet off and get a little air.
And Pennebaker has had a good night for Holy Cross.
He has had a very nice night.
Sophomore running back, he's got a nice future, and Holy Cross needs him to stay healthy. He's been a workhorse for them.
Couple of big runs. One just after that interception when it looked like Holy Cross was going to be backed up a bit. He had a nice between the tackles run for about 20 yards. And then also then another 25 or 30 yard run late in the or middle third quarter, let's say, in the middle of that that run.
Say it's never good when you see the cart come out.
Yeah, the cart came out and then the cart wheeled off.
Yeah.
So the New Chapel EMS is here. And so we will continue here a moment. Just remind you that we will have the ticker coming up at the end of the ball game as well. But our ticker tonight presented by Clark County Health Department.
That's not a good sign.
When they pull the helmet off?
No, when they bring the air splints out.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You are right. Jeff, let's show the folks what we've got coming up next week on Glycod, if you don't mind. Give you a moment to get that up. So our Southern Indiana game of the week will be Silver Creek at Floyd Central. The Dragons coming off a win last night versus Salem. And last I saw the score from Floyd Central and Terre Haute South, that was 13-all. So hopefully we will have a score on that one as we run the ticker at the end of the game. Also Collins at Paul Lawrence Dunbar with Keith Elkins and KJ Jones. Then our other video presentation will be North Oldham at Tate's Creek with Chris Labar and Rick Reams. Definitely we will have PRP at Ballard and Mail at St. X. And the question will be if that PRP Ballard possibly could be a video presentation. I guess they're efforting on how that's going to work out. But St. X Mail, of course, always a biggie. And so now the backboard comes out too, or the transfer board here.
Well, this is one of the things you really hate to say, and you
right.
dread it.
Absolutely.
You feel for the young man, you feel for his teammates, you feel for his family.
His parents, yeah. And family.
And sometimes
the Providence and Holy Cross sidelines both kneeling. And trying to just see what's going on here and fill you in without really showing you what's going on. Just as you may or may not know, the IHSAA very respectfully does not like for us to show you players down on the field or the court. I concur, really.
Yes, that's
even though as someone at home, you want to see who it is and what's going on, but they always want us to be respectful of that and give the players their privacy, and I can't blame them. So if you're wondering why we don't focus in closely, I should also use this opportunity to note that, of course, the clock now is stopped, but we have been without a clock on the scoreboard here from about a couple minutes to go in the second quarter on. Now the coaches are calling the Holy Cross players over, and I don't know if they're going to help lift their teammate or they just want to wish him well, say a prayer for him possibly. Sure looks like it as everybody's bending down. Both sidelines coming out. Now I think we can show this, Joey, because that is so prayer given, and then everybody retreats to their sideline, but that is wonderful.
That's the sportsmanship.
That is a sportsmanship.
And the brotherhood, it's a brotherhood of guys playing football.
Yep. So been a couple minute delay here as we're waiting Jamari Pennebaker, sophomore. Let's go ahead and just catch a quick break, and hopefully when we return, we will be able to get back to live action. So stay tuned. More upcoming here on Glycod.
Is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's two sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
He's moving his arms.
Hear the applause as
there you go.
Jamari Pennebaker is being wheeled to the New Chapel EMS. And we'll focus back on the field as the teams get set to go back. Now let's talk in practical terms, though. I see some Providence players doing some stretching, and that would be wise for both teams because I know from my hot in the middle of the summer Sunday afternoon tennis, some guys like to take a little too much break in between sets, and I get stiff, and then that's when I cramp.
So, like I say, the good news was I saw the young man move his arms, move his hands.
That's good.
That's a good sign.
I believed we were talking off the air. I thought I saw him sort of roll over and grab a little, so I was thinking that. But certainly a big loss for the offense for Holy Cross, and you just hope that it's something that is that just every precaution being taken there, and isn't anything that's too bad, and that he will be back quickly.
If we're going to err, we're going to err on the side of caution.
Absolutely. So, Providence out and looking like they're ready. And now Holy Cross breaks their huddle and comes across to the ball. Let's see who's in the backfield back there with Jamie Jones. And it looks like it's going to be Michael Wortham, number 1.
Yeah, Michael Wortham's been playing safety on defense. He's had quite a bit of playing time on defense. A good-looking kid. I saw him down on the sidelines when I was down there doing the interviews. A good-looking young man. It's dark up here, and I'm having a hard time. I couldn't tell you what year he is or anything about him.
He's a junior, 5'9", 185. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, he's a good-sized kid.
And Ted Leeser, the Providence AD, out talking with the white hat.
I think they're waiting for the ambulance to
go ahead and roll out.
Yeah.
I believe you might be correct.
I tell you, a young man that's got some extra playing time is this Mark Millay.
Yes.
He's number 65 there. He's got some extra playing time this game and done a really nice job at the defensive end spot.
End spot, yeah. He's usually he was the starting right tackle on offense for Providence. But as you said, he's been been playing quite a bit on defense as well. Again, folks, we're just waiting on the ambulance here, New Chapel EMS, to make a 3-point turn and move along. So we're going to have second down and 10 coming for Holy Cross. And Jamie Jones.
The ambulance is having a hard time making a turn here. I don't hope. I'm glad it's not an emergency.
I guess they're they don't want to drive too far onto the field, but I'm surprised they didn't come just right down through here. And well, I guess they can't do that. There's no way to let them out down there, is there? So now there's the ambulance going on its way. And let's see. And, of course, unfortunately, as we've explained several times, we don't know how much time remains exactly. It'd be nice if they would 11 minutes and something seconds.
It's a whole quarter.
Whole quarter, yep. So Jones looks to throw it.
Oh, boy.
Picked off, going the other way.
Yeah, Unruh.
And that is Cade Unruh with the interception and pick six. Stepped right in the passing lane, and I think it was about a 32-yard pick six there.
And I don't want to fault the sophomore quarterback for that. The receiver has got to come back to the ball. You run that hitch pattern. You go down 3 steps, 5 steps, whatever the pattern is, and then you make that turn, but you come back to the football. If you're not coming back for the football, the defensive back is coming to the football.
Yep. And he was off to the races.
Yeah. So, in the stats it's going to look like Jones threw an interception, which in reality he did. But the receiver's got to play some part of that by coming back to the ball. You got to protect your quarterback.
So Charlie Scott lining up to boot the extra point through. Kick is up. And
he missed one.
Kick is no good.
That's a surprise. He has been perfect this year.
First miss in 2 years for Charlie Scott. He was perfect all of lap 40. I can't remember now. It was 42 or 45. I think it was 45 for 45. And so that was his first miss this season. They've had a little trouble on the snap and getting the ball down this tonight, I noticed. So
not quite as fluid as you would like to see as a coach. And that does take a lot of practice.
It sure does.
There were a lot of times when I was coaching that the kicker, the holder, and the snapper, they just
go to the other end.
We're going to play football at this end during practice.
You go down there.
You go down there and kick on your own. Get a bag of balls and a manager, and I want let's get this down in 1.7 seconds. Snap, hold, kick, 1.7 seconds.
Right. So the Pioneers, though, find pay dirt again. And Cade Unruh, who had a relatively quiet first half, now has accounted for both of the Pioneers' scores here in the second half. About a 14-yard rushing touchdown, and then that 30-plus yard pick six.
Now, if I'm Coach Dick, to help my quarterback out a little bit, I've got a play that I call the hitch and go, and we're gonna try to see if we can get Unruh.
Hardesty runs a nice run back out to about the 41 or 42. And that was Trevor Unruh on the tackle there on special teams.
So if that corner wants to come flying up for that interception, we're going to run a little hitch. Quarterback's going to pump fake, and then I'm going to roll and go deep past the corner who's coming up for another interception. See how greedy he is.
Right. Well, and sure, thinking too, well, I just had one. Maybe I can have another one.
Yeah, right.
And be the Skyline Chili Most Outstanding Player of the Game again this week. Jones, handoff. And hit in the backfield and wrestled down as Wortham.
And
Loss of about 1.
This is just a good example of how good of a football player Cade Unruh is. He was playing on the slot receiver. The ball was coming inside. He took his back pedals, came forward, and the blocker for Holy Cross was in perfect position to block him.
Right.
But Unruh was so quick, he by the time the guy was making the block, Unruh was already past him.
Folks, Coach sees stuff that quite honestly you can see when you replay it back, but I don't catch on the first go-round. That should be enough for a first down there.
Nice play.
And
20.
I think that's Roland Royce, 18.
Was it 18 or was it 28?
I think it's 18. It is.
It is 18.
It was Royce.
Right, Royce. Yeah, he's had a good game. He's made some plays for Holy Cross. Holy Cross.
6 first down for Holy Cross this half.
Holy Cross is a good team. I mean, they've got some things they need to shore up, but they're a good football team. And I like this little quarterback. I think we come back 2 years from now, and you and I are still doing this.
Yeah, right. He's going to be
senior.
Yeah, he's going to be a heck of a ball player. Yep. Especially if he gets to work. Oh, Cade Unruh almost with another. And Brian Wall right in the middle of all that, too.
I think Brian Wall knocked it away from Unruh. But I think Brian Wall said, I want some of that action.
Sure. Hardesty was the intended receiver there for Jamie Jones.
Who do Pioneers have next week? Did we talk about that?
Yeah, we did talk about that. Madison
that's
Cubs.
Right. Madison Cubs, that's right.
At Madison. And a little fullback action there.
When I was a coach at Madison, of course, they have a turf field now. They put a turf field in a year or so ago.
That was McVeigh, yes.
And but when I was coaching there, that field had the biggest crown, the tallest crown ever.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were on one sideline, this is true, all you could see were the heads of the other coaches on the other sideline because that's how big the crown was on that field.
Sounds like Castle High School is also has I don't know. They maybe have gone to turf now.
I'm sure they have.
But they were just about 6 years ago. They were still on natural grass, and oh boy, did it have a crown to it.
Well, and the other problem when you're at Castle is that field is actually below the level of the Ohio River, so there's no drainage in it. And when it rains, it just stays on that field.
It was dry, luckily, but airing it out, intended receiver was Logan McClellan, but Jones could not make the connection there.
He's got a nice form when he throws the ball, too. I kind of like him. So when we went down to Castle to play in the sectional championship in '84, the field was swamped, and they had put sand all over the field to try to dry the field up, and what a mess. And the center of the field was nothing but mud. So once you got on the sideline, the hash mark, you just kept running to the sideline because that's where the only place there was grass.
Gotcha.
People always say, why do you keep running around that? Because that's where the grass is.
So 4th down here for Holy Cross. A couple wideouts near, too far. Jones chased from the pocket.
Fire it, baby, fire it.
Throws it back, picked off by Unruh.
No.
At the 46, high steps. Gonna be another pick 6. And 54-yard interception, run back, pick 6, touchdown. Cade Unruh.
Well, that young man at quarterback, Jamie Jones, is going to learn. He'll watch that tape, and he will learn his mistake on that play. It is throw it out of bounds, young man. Just heave it out of bounds. We used to tell the quarterbacks, just throw it to the tuba player. You know,
right.
Get it out of bounds. Throw it up in the stands. Give your mom a football, but don't do that.
Oh, is there a flag on the play? Oh, yes, there is. Sure enough, a flag laying at the 38-yard line.
Dead ball, personal foul on.
Against Holy Cross.
Be on the kickoff.
And that'll be on the kickoff. So the play stands. Touchdown. So the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. And Charlie Scott trying to get the snapper and holder to focus in here and see if we can get a kick down. So
I know, I'm looking at the clock too.
47-10.
That should be a running clock for the rest of this game also. Of course, we won't know that.
We won't know that. And
there you go.
Kick is up, and it's off the crossbar. It's also no good.
That's 2 in a row. And that looked good. That was a good snap and a good hold.
So that makes it 47-10. Let's go ahead and catch a quick break, and we return. We will probably have the finish of our fourth quarter action here on Glycod.
We've always gone to Skyline. As soon as we get there, the girls run to make sure that we can get the counter. It's kind of neat for the kids to sit there and watch their food being made.
It's like right in front of you, showing kind of like how it's actually done. It's awesome because it's a Skyline thing.
Very, very, very awesome.
Where else can you go and play and entertain yourself and eat, you know?
Nobody has a counter like Skyline. It's just the best.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
About 7.5 minutes remaining, according to the public address announcer here in this one that went from Holy Cross looking like they had a whole lot of momentum in the third quarter. They had the only score of the third quarter to make it 28-10. And now in the fourth quarter, a rushing touchdown from Cade Unruh, 14 yards. Preston Scott with the extra point. Then 2 pick six interceptions, taking it to the house. Cade Unruh on both of those and makes it 47-10. And this one has stretched out the other direction.
Yeah, from the middle of the third quarter where we thought we were going to have a really nice game going.
Yep, we thought sure did.
To all of a sudden it's a runaway
and Charlie Scott getting to boot this one from the 45, and he will put the leg to it and kick it right into the end zone. So as the Cougars come back out onto the field, like Coach said, we really thought mid-third quarter that this was going to turn into a battle.
Yeah, Holy Cross was driving. It was 28-10. They were driving. It's going to be 28-17. Game's going to get close. Anything can happen, blah, blah, blah. And anything did happen.
Anything did happen.
It all happened in one direction.
Went the other way, didn't it?
Yep.
Well, and of course, that can be a problem, hot night, but that part doesn't really matter. But just the energy expended when you get behind and you got to try to come back.
Right.
And the gas tank begins to run a little empty.
Yep. Your milk starts running thin.
Yeah. Jones, handoff. Wortham breaks it outside, has a nice break, gets the first down, and Moore cuts it back. No, play whistled. I think he stepped out of bounds. But Wortham with a nice run there.
Yep.
Going to say he got out to about the 35-yard line, so nice run there, moves the chains. And another first down. Well, and that's the thing. 7-3, the first down difference for these two teams in this second half, all the way of Holy Cross. But Providence is, of course, scoring on the defensive side, winning the points battle. Wortham tripped up there And got a short gainer, Zach Druin on the tackle there.
Well, I tell you, Coach is getting a real good look at his team against a good opponent.
Yeah, right.
Because he's still got his players in the game, so he's getting a really good look at what they can do and what they need to work on.
Handoff, and met in the backfield. Whistles come. That's going to be a loss of a couple of yards.
Yeah, that's Kruer and
that was a
Luke Kruer and
not sure. That was a new ball carrier there.
We're getting some new people in the game now too.
That was Clark was the ball carrier, number 9, I believe.
Well, they took Unruh out. He's on the sideline right now. So he took his helmet off. So I don't think he's going to have another interception tonight.
No, I don't think so. But actually, it looks like taking his place is actually Trevor Unruh, his sophomore.
Number 3?
Yep, number 3. Playing that cornerback spot. That's Royce.
Now I just watched little brother play cornerback, and I think Cade has been working with his little brother on how to play cornerback, because if he's only a sophomore, he just played that as well as you could play a high school cornerback. The way his steps, his movements. So we'll credit Cade for coaching his brother.
Oh, okay. And first down there.
Right there. There he is.
Right there. And, handful of jersey.
Yeah.
Preventing
number 6
Malachi Watkins from any gain on that.
Number 6 for Providence makes a really nice open field tackle, but he really just grabbed the jersey. Malachi is not very big.
Yes, that's right. And
that was Pete Lanham making the tackle.
Jones calls for it, throws left side.
Oh, here you go.
And still going, and down inside the 40 into Providence territory. That was Peyton Grant again.
Yeah,
that's his third first down of the night.
Wyatt Small made the tackle.
So Grant has come up in long yardage situations. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's had 3 different first down catch and runs. And it's usually that run after the catch that seems to really help out on that.
And you don't want to this is a credit to Coach Dick, but he's got a young quarterback who's thrown 2 pick sixes, but yet he's still letting him throw the ball, run the team. Let's keep chucking it. And that's how you're going to get better. I don't care about the interceptions. You know, the game's lost. But let's you get better. Let's keep throwing the ball. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Learn from these mistakes. It's going to make you a better football player in the future. I guarantee it. Well, I won't guarantee it, but I will bet you that coach is not ever going to allow him to scramble and throw that pass like he did for the interception, because he's going to be taught not to do that. That's like quarterbacks who roll right and then throw across their body and wonder why that's interception. Why is the coach so upset with me? See, there we go. 1, 2, 3.
Snap.
Fire it.
Looks, nope, flushed. Directs some traffic. Now he throws it out of bounds.
But see, that's okay.
Caught by number 6, but number 6 out of bounds. But he was the only one that could get it.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's okay. That's okay. Right there is what we want you to do.
And I believe they're saying that is the ball game. That is the ball game. So Our final score here at Providence High School is the Providence Pioneers 47, Holy Cross 10. Come on back. We'll have the postgame show for you here on Glycod.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Vaccines help fight infections. When your child gets vaccinated, their immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades their body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide your child with the best protection against serious diseases. The Clark County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, please visit clarkhealth.net. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Jim Butner Auto in Clarksville, home of the best pre-owned car, truck, and SUV prices and selection in Southern Indiana. Jim Butner Auto, striving to keep you driving.
The final here at Providence High School, 47-10, as the Providence Pioneers step on the gas late behind a couple of interceptions for touchdowns, with touchdown runbacks from Cade Unruh to stop a Holy Cross rally after Holy Cross scored 10 unanswered points, 3 to finish the first half and 7 more in the third quarter. Cade Unruh also added a 14-yard rushing touchdown in that second half, and that pretty much salted it away for the Providence Pioneers. And Coach, just your initial thoughts on this one.
Well, Providence needed this game to find out how really good they are, because last week's game really didn't give them any indication of how good they're going to be. They're going to be a good football team, and we knew that. But this was very impressive tonight. Against a pretty good Holy Cross team. Holy Cross had a few weaknesses. Providence took advantage of what they could quickly. But Holy Cross for them made a game of it. They didn't quit from the middle of the second quarter up until towards the end of the third quarter. They really made a game of it. It was 27-10. Holy Cross driving. Things could happen, and then the bottom fell out. And I feel sorry for Mr. Pennebaker, who was injured, and that
that took the wind out of their sails too.
Sure
for sure.
So.
Well, and we do wish him well. We hope that he it was just an abundance of caution, and he's actually doing okay. Well, let's step away here from some of our fantastic Glycod sponsors. When we return, we will have we will definitely have our German American Bank final numbers, and then upcoming later on, we will have our most outstanding players of the game brought to you by Skyline Chili. So let's step aside, hear from some more of our great sponsors. When we come back, we will have those final stats from German American Bank.
What makes a credit union different or better? As a full-service credit union for the communities we serve, Centra offers competitive rates, online convenience, and a solid network of branches and ATMs. But we think we offer something more.
They looked at me as a person, not a number.
I would say it's always been a good, personable experience, whether it's over the phone or actually at a Centra location.
And we don't just listen to our members. We deliver new services, better rates, and lower fees. Visit Centra.org to learn more.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Contact Floyd Snobs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page today.
In one fell swoop, one innocent city will be left with one burning question.
Where's Cobra Guy?
What?
No.
When you need to be there, you need an Interstate, the car battery auto techs prefer.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Our final score here at Providence High School, Providence 47, Holy Cross 10, and we are in the post-game show, and I want to remind you that tonight's scoreboard ticker presented by Clark County Health Department. Are you up to date on your immunizations? For scheduling and more info, contact them at 812-282-7521. And time for some final stats from German American Bank. Now for a look at tonight's final numbers. They've been German American Bank, they've been strengthening communities since 1910. So Holy Cross had 16 first downs compared to just 7 for Providence. But, of course, as we noted earlier, a couple of those touchdowns and drives really were from the Providence defense, so that accounts for that. 8 penalties total for Holy Cross, totaling 70 yards, with 6 of those and 55 yards coming in the first half. 4 for Providence for 30 yards total in penalties. 1 interception for both teams. 3 interceptions for thrown by Jones from Holy Cross. 1 interception from Providence, as Hardesty stepped into a ball and picked that off from Kempf, if I'm not mistaken. So those are our final numbers, and it's time to step away for our last break. And when we come back, Coach will walk you through our most outstanding players of the ball game. So stay tuned for that on Glycod.
People need a place to go and someone to help. There's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
With a wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms, Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
I'm your cat. And ever since you brought me home that day, I've been plotting to destroy you. This is a billion years of tiger DNA just ready to pounce. And if you got the wrong home insurance coverage, you could be coughing up the cash for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like meow.
Contact Floyd Snobbs and Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You never know who you're going to run into at a Skyline. I moved to Cincinnati and I was playing in bands. I met Michael and we've been playing and writing music ever since. We live 300 feet from a Skyline, and we go there constantly.
And I'm sure there have been multiple times where we've gone before a show and then after the show. Any time for us is Skyline time.
It has a feeling kind of like those mom and pop diners, also like a deep charm for me.
It's just good hangs there at Skyline.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School Football on Glycod.
As we return, 47-10, our final score here. Providence Pioneers put on some gas late with a couple of pick-six touchdowns and a late rushing touchdown. And it's time for Most Outstanding Players of the Ball Game. Most Outstanding Players are presented by Skyline Chili. Visit them at 3505 Grant Line Road in New Albany. It's Skyline time. Coach?
Well, let's do Holy Cross first. Holy Cross, most valuable player, outstanding player in the game. Had 2 nice long runs. Unfortunately, his night finished not the way anybody would have wanted it to finish, and that is Jamari Pennebaker, who had a great game last weekend against North Bully. He had 130 yards rushing last week.
Yeah.
Good player. And then for Providence, and this is so hard to pick at Providence because I said it's Eli Bryan, Cade, Luke Kruger, Theobald Unruh. You just kind of morph them all into one ball because they're all the same player. They play the same. They look the same. They're all the same size. They're just outstanding players. So how do you pick from one of that mashup of all those players? You know, 2 weeks in a row, Cade Unruh.
Okay.
Just outstanding game. 2 interceptions, 2 pick sixes.
2 pick sixes and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, and a rushing touchdown. But any one of those guys, like I say, you just morph them into one ball of players. So those are my outstanding players of the game. But
you had one more.
I have 2 more. Actually.
2 more. Okay.
Yes, because we can't. You can't forget the linemen.
Okay.
You know, the guys that
that's right.
I would
guys
say
that get dirty.
They get their hands dirty, but on turf anymore, nobody gets dirty. So
turf turds, but other than that,
yeah, turf turds. Their fingertips get scratched up.
Yeah, that's right.
But anyways, for Holy Cross, Dylan Jacobs, who I still think is one of the better offensive linemen, defensive linemen that we'll see this year. He doesn't get a lot of recognition. He's a center, so he's always kind of stuck in the middle of the pile. And he plays defensive tackle, and, you know, people just don't want to run at him. The big, long runs that Pennebaker had came off of Dylan Jacobs and his 2 guards. And for Providence, a kid that really had a good game tonight, and he's not what I would call an official lineman, but we'll call him a lineman because he plays defensive end, and that's Nolan Finnegan.
Yep.
He does a really nice job on offense as a blocker and does a really, really, really good job as a defensive end.
Absolutely. So those were coaches, linemen, but also our sponsored Most Outstanding Players presented by Skyline Chili. Visit them at 3505 Grant Line Road in New Albany. It's Skyline time. Well, let's pull up next week's schedule, talk about that briefly. We've got 2 teams coming off of victories. As Floyd Central won a nail-biter up at Bedford over Terre Haute South, and Silver Creek won last night at Salem. So Silver Creek and Floyd both coming off of wins, and we will have them next Friday night, 7 p.m. Also, Collins at Paul Lawrence Dunbar with Keith Elkins and KJ Jones, and then North Oldham at Tate's Creek, Chris Labar and Rick Reams, and then audio broadcast mail at St. X and PRP at Ballard, with a chance maybe that there might be a video presentation of that second one. And that is our schedule for next week. Well, Coach, you have a quick bow you want to put on it tonight?
Well, I do, but I had a couple questions.
Okay.
What about Charlestown? How did Charlestown do? They played Brownstown Central. That would have been a big game in that conference.
Let's see if Jeff can come up with that.
Charlestown 34-20. Whoa,
Charlestown
beat
34-20.
So what I'm looking at here then is Providence's schedule, because the next game I think that they're going to be tested is going to be at Charlestown on September 15th.
Could very well be.
It looks like Charlestown will be the top team in the Mid-South Conference.
Yep, could be.
And then that'll be a great game, Providence-Charlestown at Charlestown.
Could very well be.
Maybe we twist an arm and get to work that game.
You might be able to. We know a guy. Well, that's going to do it, though, for us here.
You have peeps, don't you?
For us here at Providence High School, where the Pioneers emerge victorious 47-10 over the Holy Cross Cougars. We want to thank you for watching tonight's live coverage of high school football on Glycod. Our executive producer tonight was Steve Bird. Tonight's on-site producer was Jeff Cooper. Our camera operator this evening was Joey Theobald. A big thank you to Providence Athletic Director Ted Leeser for his hospitality. Tonight's analyst was Coach Jim Kazmarek. And this is Dr. Todd Carter saying so long, God bless, and see you next week on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Interstate Batteries Southern Indiana High School Football. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. Tonight's game was brought to you by Jim Butner Auto Group, Southern Indiana's top choice for buying a pre-owned vehicle. Mac Construction, experience, reputation, solutions. Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page, he puts you in good hands. Clark County Health Department, prevent, promote, protect. Centra Credit Union, centered around you. State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Priority Radiology in New Albany, you have a choice. By German American Bank, Skyline Chili, Clark County Youth Services, Northside Security, and Call's Body Shop.
Visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.